Will do, controller, will do. Sorry, I'm checking on the ad break really quick. I meant to do it a minute ago. This is my fault. Everyone can blame me. But we're gonna hopefully get it underway before any HUD drops happen, so nobody will have any problems. Alright, here we go. Underway for match number 1. I feel like my mic is so loud. Do I have this set wrong? Might have to mess with the settings here in a second. But that's a later problem. Just so long I'm not too loud, I guess it's fine. We're underway. Day number 1, week number 4. So this is the final week that we have for series number 8 in the Super League. Normally there is a week off, so maybe do a little bit of NA scrims next week, and then we'll pop right back in the week after with some more Super League. But I don't know how Super League is going to run. They might just run it back-to-back anyways and keep it all going. We'll have to see what their plans are. I will definitely make sure to keep you guys posted on how we are doing. Now, we're dropping Lipovka. No way. Landed right above 4 Monkeys Men. Luckily, they didn't actually go into Lipovka, so just some long-range sprays from Fast. And nothing else really comes of it. So you don't gotta worry about too much. And we look elsewhere. We did have a HUD drop between Athletes of Christ and Bestia. Interesting name right there. LFP1 Haven, Tony, and Fauna. They are no longer Mira. They are Athletes of Christ, and Bestia takes them down. New name. Same HUD drop against Bestia. And Bestia wins this one. It looks like 55 and Rock are the ones that might be going after the potential HUD drop fights. Nothing comes out of it, though. Nothing in the least. It's a little bit too loud. I feel like this is a little loud. I'm just going crazy. Did I put it? Oh, I think I put it too loud. That would be why. Okay. That should be better. Gabaru is overlooking this 4x Scar in hand. Looking over towards Bestia. Isn't going to be able to really find anything. Though he is ready and waiting. Doesn't go for any shots, Bestia. Should be able to make it out of their Rock. They might come over and be a little bit intrigued by it. Sparking, it looks like hitting an E pickup right on the edge of zone to get them further into it. Furia, pretty wide split right now is no way. I was getting their loot. They didn't have Lipovka or anything, so they had to loot some of the surrounding compounds. Lopez is sharing heaven with another one of the Furia players, so now we're gonna hear the other two rolling up. Biel Kalma is peeking over here for Furia. Wait a second. Biel on Furia? DraftKing, Biel, RDS, and Posa. Goes for the shots, does hit a headshot onto one, and it's Posa from behind to get the knock onto DNL. So our first death here after the HUD drop gonna go to No Way. Posa picks up that kill onto DNL. We are underway. Looks like both of these teams are actually gonna sit here and fight. RDS is making his way around. Does hear Gladiator Peeks up and over, doesn't connect with the shots he needs. Gladiator trying to peek around. RDS going for the shots, and so far RDS is going down. DraftKings with the covering fire is able to get the trade though, and Biel runs right up to take down Helps, and it's only one player left for No Way. Lopez, is he gonna be able to do anything? Does he have any util that he might be able to throw to get the flush onto RDS, or is that all it's gonna be? RDS picked up, getting carried back. Should be able to get res. DraftKings pushing up with a Panzer. Now Lopez, he's just sitting on the rooftop, staring, waiting. One nade is all it would take, right into his pocket. Well, he's sitting up there, bouncing off the back wall, and it comes right back to him, takes him down. Oh, they're making their... okay. So you have Caspitan, Emmy, Solds, and it was Biel before, right? All these other weeks, but now we have Fazn. Fazn is here for Toyo instead. So we'll see what kind of impact that has. Is Biel a real game changer for Furia after they didn't have quite as spectacular a week as they did in week 1? Or are we gonna see Toyo kind of have a resurgence, winning week 1 and 2, but then they come up a little bit short in week 3. In the kill feed, we do see Lopez getting one onto DraftKings. A little bit of revenge, but that's only a knock. No flush. Godson was looking over towards friendly fire. So now Lopez trying to go for more shots, and he gets 2 more. He's taken down Biel. He's taken down RDS. And now it's all onto Posa. That goes forward. He goes for more shots, but he's on fire now. He's going to go down to that Molotov, and Posa just barely holds on. Toyo are going to get up here as quick as possible. Those nades going up and over. Should get the flush onto DraftKings. No, he was able to call Faller enough away. So it's Biel and Posa. They do have a Panzer. Friendly fire are getting involved. This is going to get messy. Friendly fire, they came over. Roth immediately backing off as Emmy pulls the vehicle back a little bit. Furia, if you can get up into the other building, I think you'll be good to go. Looks like friendly fire gonna fully back off. A Monty and K-Mind on the team for friendly fire. I wonder who the 4th is today with Roth and them. Always interesting to see what some of these teams are going to bring to the table. Bestia and friendly fire especially, because, I mean, they've played with some pretty crazy rosters over the past couple of weeks, swapping it up a ton. We saw Michael playing for friendly fire. We saw Kane, Conf was playing for friendly fire. Kane was playing for Bestia. And just a few other names where if you didn't really know like the entire PUBG scene, you may just not have as much awareness about some of these players. So it's been pretty fun and interesting to see. And then you see the consistency of some of the other teams. And Kane is playing for Duel. Wait, was Kane playing for Duel last week as well? You got Wooly, Doffy, Kane, and Penta. This might be the same. Maybe I was wrong. Who was Bestia fielding last week then? Ay. My brain not remembering. But Wooly, Doffy, Kane, and Penta. Wooly in his retirement home is what we like to call Duel. For Dream 1, you have Killzera, Hansi, Xhaka, and VPS. Ooh, Penta with a bolty. Who was it? There was someone on Duel 2 weeks ago. It was Keter. Keter was on Duel 2 weeks ago. And I think there was one match where he had 7 bolty kills. Like, my goodness. And I don't think we got to see a single one from his POV. 7 kills with the bolty, and we didn't see a single one from his POV. A little bit disappointed about that, but it's okay. We have definitely seen a resurgence in the amount of bolties being used. Obviously, DMR's still favored a little bit better because you can shoot a little bit faster with them. You can dish out a little bit more damage a lot quicker rather than having to reload as often. So it's better in a team game to have a DMR rather than a bolt action, unless you're going to be hitting all headshots. As there we go, Toyo finally able to take care of Furia. Dream One, they're down in the divots right next to Foradores. We hopped over here right as AKA got annihilated by Team Liquid, who are the same 4 as before. Chuki getting taken down by Karak, and DTMF getting taken down. Tavon tried to go for a drive-by, but Yayi yoinks him out of the vehicle and takes him down. Glock gonna be prepping the nade in return. Saw him between the fence line. The nade doesn't get the knock. They do have another player closer, and we got a little bit of a listen in. Still don't know Portuguese, so can't help you guys with this yet. Oh, block. Gabru gets the knock onto Kick. Onto Pome. Yayi with another one, though.
Tá lá no verde ainda?
Tá aí no 4.
Vou jogar no resto dele.
Cuidado que ele tacou pedra aqui, cuidado.
Cuidado com a pedra, vai cair na cabeça de você.
Vai o olho esquerdo, viado.
Smoke's time to go forward. That's another headshot.
Relaxa, ele vai fazer
Yayi, if he doesn't push.
Passou na smoke aqui, ó.
Oh, headshot through the smoke. He saw him move over there.
Não, tá
atrás
aqui
do carro no azul.
no carro do azul.
Fazendo uma nade nele.
Bota a mira nele pra mim.
Nade gonna come out from Gabru. I don't think it was cooked for long enough, but does get the spray onto him.
Pega o chip, fica ratão.
Debbie tirar los más fotos. It's taken down. So yeah, this is our Team Liquid team. Halo, Purdy, Cowboy, who has joined them in Luke 12. Cowboy, last week, did insane amount of damage. I didn't quite follow it up with as many kills, but he has put some work into it. So that was super fun and interesting to see how he worked, and from what I hear, they've been playing a ton of EU scrims, getting used to playing with each other and playing more and more as, Naylup does take down Doffy. I think Doffy makes it down into the dip of safety. His vehicle does go a little bit further forward. Does Friendly Fire want to crash onto that? There's no one else over there right now. And then 7-Tellas, they're gonna have Kane right at their back. Still being up as a 4-man is going to make it difficult for Kane to do anything. If he can sneak over here as that vehicle is pulling away, though. Oh, he is going to try and push forward. Is he going to get over there in time is the question. He's not. Now he's going to go for the spray, though. Doesn't find anything. The question is if 7-Tellas want to turn around if they see that it's only a solo. Pick up this kill. They do stop. Okay. So Kane, he went for the shots. It was a little bit ballsy. He only had one smoke, and now 7-Tellas are just going to stop here and get ready to shoot him as he tries to cross over to his teammates. If he can make it, yeah. Stay at the shack. It's your best bet. Distract this team, waste their time. Nade already being prepped. Puts it down. Does some damage onto both players. The pre-fire onto one. He does take him down. Can he go for Pablo as well? He gets the knock onto the second. So now it's all on to Maya and Longaray to try and help out. But Wooly and Doffy have made it over here in support. Penta up on the hillside. So now the shots are going to come out. Doffy should be able to see Longaray, and down he goes. One last player, Kane, baits out just a little bit. The shot's going over towards Wooly. The shots are not found. Maya trying to go back inside the smoke right now. Gonna have to try and go for the heal, but Doffy just sprays through the smoke, and down goes 7-Tellas. Good little play there from Duel. Kane was able to get a couple of knocks as 7-Tellas tried to punish him for shooting them in the back as a solo. Okay, so there's 3 players from Friendly Fires. Is that all that's on the team for this first match? Did they only load in as a 3-man? That is a possibility. Maybe the 4th just wasn't here yet. But Roth never gonna miss out on an opportunity to be here, play some PUBG. K-Mind? Oh yeah, it's Nailup back. Okay, so Nailup and K-Mind have played for Friendly Fire twice. Now we see Monty. Last week we saw Conf. Oh, so many nades gonna go forward. Surely, no, they missed them! Oh, the second and the third nade barely hit the lip on top, otherwise Whiteson would have been down. Okay, yeah, so this is interesting. So Monty's played once, and then last week you had Conf in here. Jeez. Yeah, the different variations of Friendly Fire, quite entertaining to see. Ooh, Karak, get behind that door. Barking. Third Eye. Could you imagine we see the resurgence of Third Eye? Are we gonna see that come back? Get Friendly Fire and Third Eye back? That would be super, super fun. Whiteson takes down Roth. So it's the first not going the way of 4 Monkeys men, and Friendly Fire, they're only a 2-man. I don't see any blue zones, though. Those look like smokes are going to come out. Godson thought he had a nade, it looked like, but he had a smoke, and it just ends up being thrown right down onto the ground. Rez coming out. So the reset should come through for Monkeys men. They didn't decide to push. Hey, that would be pretty fun, Jack. I started playing Arc Raiders last Friday. I played it for the first time. It's pretty fun. I don't think I'd like PvP in it. Definitely playing as a little bit more of a community game than a PvP game, as that nade from LaPeaks did a decent chunk of damage onto Monty, who's going to throw a nade in return, but that's the wrong side of the rock, and it just kind of cradled underneath it. 55 PD, they're driving by. Do they want to stop and get involved? They're thinking about it. They are. 2 players are going to park right on the edge here, and they might be able to call their teammates back if a couple of knocks go both ways for Friendly Fire and 4 Monkeys men. But with nothing happening, it looks like they want to leave this position and try and have themselves better set up for the rest of the matches. Or rest of the match. We got a slight little buffer. Great time to take a quick sip of water while we got a second. Yeah, so we see 55. They're kind of spreading out. They have 1 player underneath Heaven. So they're just going to be able to spread out, kind of take some space and play a little bit more comfortable of a position, but with Duel coming along the ridge lines, it's actually going to put 55 in an interesting spot. How are they going to want to play this? The other 2 members are going to come over to Karak. So that's going to put 3 players underneath Toyo. Caspitan up on this roof. Is that actually gonna work out? Shots from Duel did so much damage onto 55. So now your 55 is counting on Toyo to give covering fire. Fazen? I don't know. Let's look him up. F4ZN. No idea. Absolutely no idea. As for Monkeys Men, they've got a couple more knocks. Roth was knocked, Monty knocked upstairs, so Naylup gonna have to try and go for the res. He does make it through, doesn't get shot at all by Whiteson. But yeah, Biel is playing with Furia this week. So I don't know who Fazen is. Oh, now they're going for the push. Oh, but it's actually members of Rock that do some damage. Roth goes down to Lepeaks. Naylup got one onto Godson. Oh, waiting upstairs. Naylup, he goes down, but Monty gets the trade. Whiteson does finish him off. Now the blue zone. Oh, Naylup's blue zone. It does end up doing enough to get the knock onto another one. And now it's all onto Lepeaks. Is Rock going to allow this res to come through, or are they going to come over here and finish this before that happens? It looks like they're going to stay back a little bit. 4 Monkeys Men. They're going to get res. They're going to go down. It's only 2, not 3. Then isn't that the same as Fazen's? Maybe that's an alt account as Luke 12 steps around and takes down 4-0. Gonna try and throw some smokes out. Might be able to go for the res. Might be safer to just get the first aids and survive for a little bit longer inside the blue zone. Dream 1 just stuck here trying to get the smokes down, survive for as long as possible, but down they go. Dream 1 eliminated. In 8th place, Zalady takes him down from AFI. One of the teams that did just join us, and it looks like Luke 12 is going to survive outside the play zone for as long as possible with some first aids. Affinity is this team. So we got Zalady, Ghost Hunt, Ducky, and Mizbo. This is, I believe, started as a tier 5 team for Super League and made their way all the way up here for week number 4. Yeah, Affinity started as a tier 5 team. And they are definitely not going to be tier 5 going into the next series. As Quan annihilates one, goes for the next, and down goes 4 Monkeys Men. Eliminated 7th place by Rock. 55 trying to get some shots over there. Toyo surrounded by Duel and 55 PD. But 55, they have to move forward. Whereas Toyo, they're already in the zone. Duel gonna be right down below them. Kurak really hating on that tire. I don't think anyone's even close to the vehicle to use it, but he's gonna make sure nobody can use it later on in the match either. Zalady. Gonna be looking over towards Rock with the rest of his team. Miz got a few different shots onto some players, but it was only a bullet here and there. So it wasn't anything detrimental to any of the players. So Miz moving over to this tree, looking around the smokes where he can. Quan gets the knock onto Ghost Hunt. Now the spray through the edge. Miz trying to find more on Quan. Isn't able to get the knock as Quan takes down Ghost Hunt. And now the shots do come out from Miz. He gets the headshot, takes down Quan. Now the question is, what more is going to come through Sparking? He was able to see over the top of the smoke, get a couple of shots onto Zalady, and now Miz trying to go for the shots onto Sparking, but Sparking does so much damage. That stun going forward. Miz going to be a little bit blinded for a second. The nade comes through. RBN takes down Miz. Now it's 2 players left for Affinity. Zalady goes down, and it's only 1 player up. Ducky, what can he do? He goes down to RBN. After getting the knock onto Santastico, Rock pretty clean with that one. They take a couple of knocks, but they get him up very quickly. Now they're going to have control of that side of the zone. Luke 12 is going to be an unknown factor, though. He's still out in the blue zone, and he can come in any second. If Rock don't spot him out. Oh, it's actually Penta with the bolty. Gets the headshot, takes down Luke 12. And now we're down to our top 4 teams. 55 PD, Rock, Duel, and Toyo. 3 of the teams on the southern side. Up towards the north, you have Rock, and they have zone, but, like, what does that really mean? There's nothing to play. This is an open field. Your best bet is to try and take a vehicle and tee it up against the side of a tree or even up against one of the crates and try and play from there, as leaving the rest of the teams to their demise and kind of sweep up anything that's left afterwards. So, yeah, there we go. We see Sparky. He tees up his car up against the side of a tree. He's going to be one of the only players inside of zone. 55 can't really leave yet, because then Duel or Toyo might be able to just shoot them in the back. They got to wait for the fight to start as Kane picks up the first knock, and that's onto Karak. Emmy finds a knock onto Wooly. So both teams that have 4 players up over here take a knock on each side. Gabru takes a lot of damage, but he's able to get the knock on to Capitan. What a whiff from Capitan, and what a shot from Gabru to punish him. As soon as it happens, Penta gets the knock on to Emmy. Nade goes forward over towards Doffy. Explodes in the air just above. Finds some damage, but not enough for a knock. And now we're going to see Duel trying to make their way forward. And in goes Doffy. He takes down one, tries to go for the spray to get the flush immediately. He isn't able to find it. Gabru going to be the last one left. 455. Toyo Solds is the only one left. He gets a knock and flush onto Wooly. He goes down to the blue zone. And now it's Gabru versus Penta. RBN takes down Penta. And now it's Gabru versus a 4-man of Rock. And I don't even know if it's worth it to peek. He's going to be able to get a first aid off. No, he's canceled it just before goes around, and he does end up going down. RBN picks up the kill, and it's 9 kills in the chicken dinner to start this one off for Rock. Duel had 7 kills. Toyo had 7 as well, but Team Liquid, they had 10. That was the most for match number 1, but we're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 2. Curse me and forgetting to run ads. We still got 15 seconds and they're already in the plane. But here we go, underway with match number 2. Are we going to see more hot drops? Are people going to relax a little bit? We already know that Bestia is going to be fighting up against the Athletic Club. Previously known as Mira. We know Bestia and Mira are going to fight. It's a foregone conclusion, no matter what, they decide that they drop on top of each other. Unless this plane path has decided for us that they aren't going to drop on top of each other, which would make things a lot more interesting. 4-0. And no way are landing right next to each other. Oh. You gotta go to that rock. Not get run over. Oh, you're getting... Oh, no. Oh, Lopez! He set it up, lined it up to take down Sweezy. He was ready for it. Now the shot's gonna go out over towards Moo, and he's just kind of stuck there, can't really move. No matter where he jumps to, he gets stuck going for the shots. All he has is an SLR, getting pushed by a couple of different angles. 2 players down on 4-0. So it looks like Bestia didn't actually hot drop this time. They did decide to go somewhere else. They thought it was in their best interest to not hot drop. Nope, never mind, they did. We just didn't see anything in the kill feed yet. They did. Athletes of Christ up against Bestia, and Zito gets knocked to Fauna as Vinny and Frogman find one each. Haven finds one onto Frogman, so it's a 2v2. Tony steps around, headshot onto Benya. More shots going through, but down he goes. Haven with the shotgun is able to take down Vinny, and Bestia get taken down. Athletes of Christ are going to survive. They will continue to play on. I swear, it's just back and forth with these teams. Between Bestia and Athletes of Christ, it's just never-ending back and forth. One team wins one, and then the next hot drop, the other team wins. And so we're never really going to have a foregone conclusion here because they just continue to hot drop each other. I feel like even if they ended up changing hot drop spots, they would still continue to hot drop each other. That's just what it feels like so far on this map for them. Sometimes even taking it to other maps. But 55 PD, they're taking some shots over towards Duel. It looks like Penta and Doffy are both in here on the compound already for Duel. The other 2 players a little bit farther away, going for a 2-2 split. And you have all 4 of 55 over here right now. It looks like 55, they kind of have scouted it out. Now they're trying to do a split of their own, but guess what? Foradores is already over here. Now the shot's gonna come out from Fully. So much damage onto Glock. Down he goes. And now Murillo in a fight up against Gabru. The stun going out. Murillo is very blind. Goes for the jump shots, and Gabru turns around to take him down, but Murillo's nade is able to get the knock. So you have a 3v2 situation. Foradores up against 55. Infinite Void trying to step around. Hip fires over towards Tavon. Not really able to find anything with that one. Now the smoke gonna go out, so he might be able to get the res onto Murillo. Slabby jumping about. That's a lot of damage, but he still survives. But guess what? Toyo from behind. They get a knock onto Slabby onto Fully. And all of a sudden, Foradores are the team on 2 players. So Toyo have capitalized off this and Duel. They're like, hey, you guys are fighting over here. Maybe we'll get involved if anyone decides to point their back over towards us. Infinite Void, he got the knot, or the flip. Res onto one, so now he's going it onto the other one as Gabru gets a re-knock onto Murillo. Gabru is going to go forward, pick up his teammate's chip, but it's from the side. Infinite Void gets a knock. Tavon is right there. Karak is going to be making his way over. Fully still hasn't got the first aid off. Now he has. The res just going out immediately.
Vocês.
Relaxa, tô dando clique.
Oh, it's from above. Fully gets the knock. They get the flush, and Tavon
Pra direita.
trying to find the shots. Fully gets the knock on to Tavon. Gabru going to be the last one left. 2v1. Toyo is fully committed in here now.
Tá bom, tinha visto esse lá, velho.
He's got to push, goes for the shots, he takes down one, is able to get the flush. The other player jumps out front, the shot's going through, but it's Caspitan to get the knock, and Gabru is the only one left. It's going to be a 1v4, him versus Toyo, and it's Capitan to take him down as well. Toyo. A absolutely perfect third party there from them. Capitan picking up 4 kills. He was where he needed to be anytime there was a player exposed. He was there and ready. Not a doubt in his mind. They capitalized on it for sure. 4 kills early on there. Is going to help out. You get 4 kills early on in a match, then you can play the rest of the match safe, or just really play it the way you want to play it, because you've got a chunk of points already. You get 1-2 more kills, or even a couple of placement points, and that's a good game right there. Dream 1 pulling up on the side of the hill. VPS has the PD tag. See, Jack, now that you started talking about, like, people's clan tags and everything, there is so many people with the PD clan tag. I feel like it's everywhere. Oh, no way. They're going along the beach. Like, getting shot at by AKA right now. Is the other compound open? It is. They could turn into it if they want. Gladiator going to be the furthest one back. As in the kill feed, that's 4 Monkeys Men versus Furia. Posa, he found 2. He's going for the shots onto Lepeaks. Fast is just pushing forward, giving as much info as possible. That nade goes over towards Lepeaks. It gets the knock. Posa gets a third. BL does get knocked. DraftKing just sending it forward in the vehicle, trying to find that last player. They're going forward. DraftKing goes down, so Godzin finds another. Can he get the flush onto DraftKing? No, he has to go for the reload. Posa, just try and run forward. Protect your teammate. No, he doesn't. So the flush is going to come out. That nade comes forward, and down goes Godzin. Posa single-handedly takes down 4 Monkeys Men, but Furia does lose DraftKing. Little bit unfortunate there to lose one. They were able to get the rest. So, zone goes a little bit to the northeast. We avoid Primorsk, we avoid Corey, and we avoid all of the water nail-up. That is not a tree that you can drive through. Very much indestructible right there. Now you're going to see some teams rotate. Friendly Fire, it looks like they're spreading out to get as much information as they can. Affinity, I mean, as a tier 5 team, they climbed their way all the way up here. And they did have a good game number 1. They got some placement points, they got kills. Zalady got most of their kills. So we'll have to see if he's a standout for that team, and if he's a standout for that team, are we going to see that team get carried by him, or are we going to see another team try and maybe pick him up? What potential is that going to come through with? Right now they have a decent spot in zone. It looks like they've been taking their time to make sure to scout and everything while they're going forward, so... Maybe a team that's played together for a while, and they might have played, like, ranked and stuff, but didn't know quite how to get in the competitive scene, but now they've found it with Super League. And they're just showing that, even though they may not have been here before, they are ready for it. That, or maybe there's some players that are already really good, and I just don't realize who they are. But I don't think I've seen... any of those names, really. We might be able to look them up real quick on Wikipedia. Dartek takes down Alo. Down goes Team Liquid to 7 Tellas. So Team Liquid dying out early in this one. Not really what you would expect. So it looks like Zalady may have been part of a console league, and that was back, oh, when was this? 2021. That's what I find when I look up Zalady. What? And then there was Ducky. There's been a few different Ducky names is the problem. Like, there's Dispel Ducky, but I don't think that's him. I think he'd still have... There's Ducky Quack. So many options. Who else was on that team? Mizbo. No results. Yeah, so I think it's a team that may not have really found the competitive landscape, but maybe they have now. Ooh... Furia pulling up at the same time as Friendly Fire. Monty just going to be left here. No! It's going to be K-Mine sending it in. Roth is here too. Roth gets a drive-by. He's going to be the last one left, but Furia takes them down as we saw vehicles just being sent in once they realized Monty was stuck here. Friendly Fire was not leaving any man behind. And they just full sent it in there. I ended up coming up with nothing. But boy, oh boy, do I respect that send. That was awesome. AKA, they're going up to the radio tower. This is a good spot. Unfortunately, it's not in zone. They still have a little bit more work to do. Scouting-wise, a phenomenal spot to stop and look in towards the rest of the zone. They're looking towards Gatka, and they're like, hey, I don't see anyone over there. Do you think that's free? Has 7 Tellas. They take down No Way, so 7 Tellas. Not big at the beginning of this one. 5 kills early on. Big turnaround for them. after struggling the last little while, they're here to say, hey, we're gonna stick around in Div 1 as long as we can. Handsy finds 1 kill onto Excalibur as his teammate finds a knock onto the other, but that's... Oh, he's just sitting inside his own Molotov. Oh, that's unfortunate. Japa can just step forward. No, it's actually Danny with support to get the knock onto him. Oh, the spray goes out onto Danny. 1 more bullet. That's all VPS needs. But from the side is Longaray, 7-Tellas. They're trying to get even more. Pablo does get the flush. 2 players up for Aura. As VPS gonna go around, get the res on to kill Zira. Japa from the side takes more shots from 7-Tellas, and 7-Tellas, I mean, if they just play the edge of the zone the right way, they'll be able to get the kills onto both Aura and Dream 1 as they come into the zone. Affinity have sent their way forward, trying to pretty much like backfill Rock. Unfortunately, Rock is now stopped at the edge of his zone, so they're not going to go much further. AKA have pulled up in a dip alongside Duel, and with that player pulling up over there, I don't know if this is going to be a very safe spot. Stony, how you doing today? Oh, Yayi takes Haven right out of the vehicle. And Athletes of Christ lose a player to DTMF. Debbie Pirar Moss Photos. DTMF. DTMF, I feel like, doesn't really roll off the tongue either. But it's that or say Debbie Tirar Moss Photos every time. And, I don't know. DTMF is definitely a little bit easier to say than that. So now we see AKA trying to make their way out of there. Ooh, Falcon. Get that vehicle turned around and keep on moving. You don't want to be there for very long. If anyone spots you out, you'd be in a tough spot. So where's AKA gonna go? The chopsticks, they're already taken by Furia, but they did abandon the ones right here. It looks like they're taking Tractor. I like to call it a death sentence if you take Tractor, but they just might be safe. DTMF, it looks like they're actually going to push forward towards Furia. The Kraken is spotted. The shots go out. Couple of shots do connect from Cruxy. Oh my god. Poem, Cruxy, and Yayi. I feel like those are 3 pretty decent players. I've seen all 3 of them occasionally in Division 1. So we'll see if DTMF will be able to have some good games and improve their ranking and get back to Division 1 quicker, or even start in Division 1 going into the next series. Boy, yo, they third-partied this earlier. They have so much loot from the 2 teams that they killed here. And now they just have to defend it and get as many kills when they can as possible. I mean, getting the kills early on is already great. Also, the affinity symbol. I really, really appreciate us matching the red to the affinity symbol. The problem I have with it is that it just looks like each and every single one of them is manning a mortar right now. It looks so close to the mortar symbol with how it looks right there to me, that I'm just like, yeah. They have all, I'm like, do they all have mortars? Is that what's happening? Ooh, Duel getting some shots on the back. 7-Tell is getting pulled up on Ghost Hunt, going down to himself as Fazen gets the kill onto Ducky, and Duel were able to pick up 2. Affinity quickly dismantled. Toyo, they left the previous spot. Rock was quick to claim it, as Toyo is on the backside here. If Affinity had been able to wait just a couple seconds longer, they might have been able to scout out that Toyo moved to this position. They might have been able to backfill where Rock were before they were fully set up, and it might have been a little bit easier of a fight than going straight in towards 7-Tellas. But, unfortunately, this is where we are. Penta's down in the blue zone. He's not going to get rezzed. So, Wooly, Doffy, what are they going to be able to do is, aka, they have this chopstick. DTMF have the other chopstick, and then Furia is all the way down at the end. At the base of the chopsticks. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen, like, an actual chopsticks ending. Like, we've had games close to here, either up to the north or a little bit to the northeast, even towards Rock and stuff, but this is, like, almost a full-on chopsticks ending. If this goes north at all, then this is a throwback to some old-school chopstick PUBG. We're gonna know in just a second as this zone is closing in 30 seconds. So we're gonna see exactly where it goes. Athletes of Christ sitting at 5 kills right now, so after their hot drop, they've been able to pick up another one. Seven Tellas, they are set up. They may have lost the door to that building, but they put up a folding shield to make it just as difficult to get inside. Toyo, that's going to be a really good spot for them. They took this because they knew the zone was more than likely to come over here. Furia is still going to be happy with where they are. Seven Tellas in on the edge. Rock in down towards the south on that compound. Where are the rest of the teams going to go that still have to make a move? Duel, they got to commit to something. They got 2 players up. They had a good match number 1. If they got a couple of kills and maybe some placement points here, then it's not going to be an awful match number 2. But it is going to be difficult. DTMF, I feel like their match is a little bit more important. They didn't have a great match number 1. And now they're sitting at the edge of the chopsticks. Most likely, Athletes of Christ are going to be crashing at least towards DTMF. Maybe not directly onto them, but somewhere in their direction. They have a shack right now, but it's not quite in. If you can get one of the players... Oh no, I don't think that other shack is in either. Yeah, it's right next to Cruxy, and it's just barely outside his zone. You can get someone there to try and take the fight, but you gotta do it now if you want to try and fight DTMF for this chopstick position. Okay. Yayi and them have gone far enough forward that if they just want to crash right in onto the back, they might be able to tee up their vehicle and play behind their vehicle. But it's going to be a lot of util spam really quick, so they're going to have to try and get some opening knocks to move in there. Zakraken throws the nade forward, throws a couple of smokes. That's a blue zone, but he's just going to be able to back off with the smokes that have already been put up. No! Dark Castle is actually able to get the knock onto him, whether it was blind or not. It was a very good knock. Oh. That emergency cover not going as far forward as they wanted. Falcon, be careful to not get squashed. More smokes, but he has already been rezzed. What a spot for that emergency cover to land. It almost makes the top side playable if it wasn't exposed on 3 sides, and Athletes of Christ are indeed going to go straight towards the members of DTMF. Yayi has been knocked. The res going out further down the chopstick. Sun's going out, and it's covering fire from Rock to take down Tony. And DTMF, they pick up a couple of kills. Athletes of Christ go down, and oh, yeah, we got a chopsticks ending. Fully into the chopsticks here. Need some tissues. Furia. They've already blown up the vehicle on one side, and now they're rolling forward a vehicle on the other. Oh, that nade goes forward. That might... Oh, almost got the knock onto Kraken. Palm just using the TPP to his perspective. Trying to peek up and over for the members of Furia. Boyo. They got to deal with 7 Tellas. They might have seen the headlights. Capitan gets the opening knock, and it's Palm from the side that actually gets a knock onto Dartek. But the kill does get stolen by Capitan. He's like, no, no, no. These are all going to be my kills. At the same time, members of Rock probably going to have to move forward. So 7 Tellas, they're down to Longaray. Emmy trying to go for the spray through the smoke. He can jump scout and kind of line up what he needs to. Oh, that's going to be a couple of blue zones to push Toyo off of this wall. It's going to allow Rock to push forward and be right up against them and fight them in more of a clean 4v4 rather than having to push without any cover. Fazen trying to go for the shots. Jump shots going back and forth. Fazen's nade did get the knock onto Sparking. Emmy going for the jump shot in return, but Santasco RBN, they find 2. Solds and Fazen, what can they do? Solds finds a knock onto RBN. So it's into a 2v2. Santasco going around the side. He is spotted by Fazen, but no other nades to work with. The Molotov going forward, trying to go around the corner. Should be able to get the flush onto one, maybe both. Though it does only find one, but heals are going to have to come out. Not able to get the res onto RBN yet. So it is going to stay in a 2v2 for right now. Sold's trying to find whatever he can up against his previous team. That nade goes forward, finds some good damage. As Quan's getting ready. Santasco, another nade forward. He takes down Solds, and it's all onto Fazen. Oh, reveals his position, I think, a little bit earlier than he needed to. The question is, where is Fazen gonna go? That nade bounces off him, doesn't find any damage as he makes it around the corner, and Fazen finds the knock on Santasco. A little bit of help from Furia. The Groza is gonna be helpful in this situation. RBN, you have 4 bullets. You gotta go for the reload before trying to peek this. Fazen, the stun goes forward. He ends up stunning himself. RBN gonna be able to run around the corner, but Fazen finds one Quan there with the trade. As Rock is able to take down Toyo. But guess what? Doffy is there, and Doffy finishes him off. Toyo still pick up a couple of kills before Doffy goes down to Dark Castle from AKA. 3 teams left. DTMF, AKA, and Furia. Center dot. It's going to be right in between DTMF and Furia. Where exactly it lands, we are unsure. I can't quite tell. 2 seconds, 1 second, there we go. Oh, yeah. That is, I think, slightly closer to Furia. But DTMF are a 4-man. AKA is going to have to push the earliest. So if they get some knocks onto Furia, or even a knock onto Furia, and Furia gets any back, I think DTMF just need to swarm up and over the hillsides Cap, how you doing on this wonderful night? They did try and blow that vehicle up a little bit further, so no players could kind of peek through there, but it didn't end up working because when the vehicle blew up, it ended up sliding a little bit farther back. So now Cruxy gets to play that vehicle for free. It's already destroyed, and he can just peek around whenever he needs to, whenever Furia just ends up going a little bit too far. Smoke going forward from Falcon, and he's trying to take away the angle from DTMF further along so they can just push forward here and deal with Furia as a two-man, aka their entire goal here is going to be to try and take down Furia. Oh, but Furia,
Bancada de volta, cuidado na esquerda.
they kept some of the Molotovs. Falcon does get a knock onto DraftKing after he got a knock onto two of them. Biel gonna be the only one left. Falcon the only one for AKA. The shots go through. Falcon takes him down. DTMF, all you gotta do is push forward. 4v1. He's completely stunned right now around the side of the smoke. Down they go, and DTMF 5 kills in the chicken dinner in match number 2. Toyo, early on, they got that third party, 11 kills they ended up with. We're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 3. just a quick thing about this MVP race. We have to put this in perspective. Solds has been here every single week. BL has been here every single week. And I think Benya has too. I don't think he played on Bestia week 1. I think he played for someone else. But that is still crazy from Solds. Especially from week 1 and 2. He has been pretty much on top of the MVP race the entire time. We're going to go right in to match number 3. We get underway. We see more hut drops between Bestia and the Athletes of Christ. I can foresee it happening. They tend to love to fight each other right at the beginning of the game, and it looks like it is going to happen. All going for like the same building as well. Frogman on the second floor. LFP1 gets the opening knock onto Enzito. Haven gets a knock onto Vinny. So Frogman and Benya, they're already at arms. 2 up against 4. The flushes should come out. Oh, LFP1. Out on that rooftop. Frogman's actually in a spot to shoot him in the back, but he has players below him. And he gets a knock onto Fauna, gets the flush as well immediately. So that does bring it back in to a 2v3. Oh, Frogman surely goes down in the side in a second. No, Benya gets one. Frogman gets the other. Oh, LFP1, he gets the knock onto Frogman. So, one player on each side. Benya gets a knock. He hears where the other player goes. The nade being prepped, being underhand thrown. Does go forward, finds a little bit of damage. He's going to continue to search for him. The nade goes forward around the corner. He's getting ready to push. He does push, but LFP1 with that pre-fire to take down Benya. Athletes of Christ 2. Bestia 1. That is how you start out the hut drops for week number 4 between Bestia and Athletes of Christ. My goodness. Do they ever stop hut dropping each other? Probably not. Probably not. I think we're going to see that continue until we see a very clear winner between the two of them. Team Liquid, they're rotating by members of Duel. Wooly has made it over here. Doffy now gonna get some shots over there. Cowboy, he's ready. He's like, you want to shoot at my teammates, I'll give you some shots in return. Tires get popped, and he hops in with Luke 12 in the safest possible seat. Nowhere comfier than kneeling while facing forward in a curved bucket seat. Yeah. Definitely not just gonna randomly get shot in the back or anything that way either. As the members for Athletes of Christ are gonna come back in on that res copter. Meanwhile, you have an E pickup coming out from another team going the exact opposite direction. 55 PD. It looks like they got a 3-1 split, or this might turn into a 2-1-1 if Gabru goes over towards the members of Duel, which he might very quickly learn. There is a team over there, or no? He's pulling up on the side there. I don't know how much I love that position from Gabru. I think there's too many possibilities to get shot, but he might have just been scouting forward. Is he gonna go for these drops? Oh, that's a little ballsy, isn't it? If he's actually able to get some of the drops, though, like pull the vehicle up right next to it, chuck some crate weapons in the trunk, and then get out of there, could work out pretty well. I just say, like, chuck them in the trunk just in case it's like a Lynx or something. I feel like I'd rather have it in the trunk rather than trying to go and find a different weapon at the end. You can pick up the Lynx from the trunk later, put your secondary weapon in there afterwards. Gonna mess around a little bit with it. No way in 4-0 fighting along this hilltop. Can't tell if they're gonna fully commit to a fight or not here. It seems like they're going back and forth about it. Because, oh, the camp does get set up. STX does try and take some shots. Drive-by from DNL finds a little bit of damage. And now you're going to see Gladiator doubling up on the headshot with the mutant onto STX. Helps get shot in the back. Now he needs some helps. DNL quickly over here.
Na minha pedra e na pedra amarela, tá? Nem escutei esse cara.
3v3 right now.
Na minha pedra. Na pedra do amarelo e girando atrás de si.
Tomou muito tiro no amarelo.
Zello Margiela takes down helps as we get a listen in. No way.
Tem cara girando atrás do skip aqui, tá? No 3, cuidado. Ele abriu pra direita aí.
Ele vai abrir direito.
Ele recuou aqui. Pra voltar pro skip.
Pode ter um cara nessas pedras da minha direita aqui, velho. Tá
Olha
sozinho.
lá, tá tudo por cima os caras, viado. Não tinha
They're
ninguém
going
por
for
lá.
that rock. They're gonna fall into the same trap again. That 4-0 just pulled on their teammate.
Na direita.
No amarelo, no amarelo.
Na pedra direita.
Tá na pedra. Tá de plano.
Good nade.
Não que ele.
Perfect nade.
Jogou.
Tá dentro do.
Não vejo mais ninguém, velho.
Mano, acho que vai ter mais um Daniel ali. Vou atrás do skip.
Many different rocks and stuff around here. You don't know which one they might be around.
No corpo.
Uma capa no que.
What a shot from Lopez
No que na
to
pedra
take
do
down
lado, tá?
Sweezy.
Tô clicando tudo de
Tá.
novo. Falta só mais um deles.
Viado, era os 3. Tem.
Achou?
Era os 3 aí, tá? Era os 3 aí. É 100%. Eu vi os 3 na minha tela. O cara pode estar fazendo full esquerdo aqui embaixo. Ele ligado aí.
Just gonna turn it into a 3v1. Moo, what can you do?
Joga que nessa esquerda aí, o cara pode estar atrás do skip ainda, sei lá.
Eu quero
Vamos
puxar
fazer o
minha kill
seguinte,
primeiro.
puxa nossas kills e
É.
deixa ele. E se der, pega o chip dos malandros. Vou pegar o chip do Helps aqui. Fala comigo, Dudu.
Cuidado de ir atrás do skip.
Não, esse cara vai querer sumir também pra pegar o chip, se pá, velho.
É, não, então. Tata os chips,
Vamos ver
tata os
aqui.
chips.
I think Moo just backs off here. Like, don't even get involved in this fight anymore. You came back to this rock. I think you go down and you just hide in, like, a container or something. You can come back for your teammates' chips afterwards. Like, this is a 1v3 situation. It might be okay, but do you really want to try and deal with that? Team Liquid gonna be fighting up against the members of Aura. Alo takes some damage with that one. Bounces that one off the wall and onto Danny's feet. Luke 12 pulls up. Andrew gets some shots onto him. Now covering fire. Alo gets a second. All on to Excalibur. The legendary sword hops in the vehicle and disappears. Smoke goes out from Halo. Cowboy should be able to pull up and just get the res on party afterwards. Excalibur, he's got to work with something else. He's got to back off and think about what his best options might be. Oh, Gladiator ends up finding Moo, who is over here. I don't know. I don't know what Moo's plan was. I really do think he should have just gone and waited for even a zone or two. They definitely at least one zone. And just tried to wait it out, make sure that no way is gone from there, and come for his teammates' chips afterwards. Unless they grabbed all his teammates' chips and he was trying to go rescue them. In which case, I think it's better off to just play for yourself at that point. Grab some first aids off your teammates if you can, and survive in the blue zone. Give your best Bloomy impression. Friendly Fire. They almost lost Monty in the last match. Instead, they full committed and lost all 4 players. But it was a phenomenal sight to see. Not leaving any man behind. Luke 12. Oh boy, has he been good. Alo has already been rocking it in this match. 3 kills for him. It looks like up towards Buxan saw a fight between Furia and 4 Monkeys Men. For the second match in a row, these teams run into each other. Biel gonna get flushed out as Fast tries to go for the flush. Posta steps over, takes him down. 4 Monkeys Men get eliminated by Furia. They do lose Biel as a result, but they should be able to get their other player back up. They will be 4 strong. As Affinity, they are pulling up into the hands of Rock. Have they spotted anything else? Did they see Sparking up above? It looks like Ghost Hunt's getting a few shots onto one. Santasco gets the knock onto one. Sparking from the side gets the knock onto the other. He has 2 players over here to deal with, though. Are you going to be able to deal with both of them? Oh, from behind. They have another player shooting. Looks like both Zality and Ghost Hunt is gonna get out of there. Oh, Friendly Fire pulled up on Quan, so that's a knock onto Rock already. It's gonna be a 4v3 retake for Rock. No, Nailup got knocked, so it's a 3v3. Monty a little bit farther back. That nade goes forward. Oh, if it wasn't cooked for quite as long as Monty gets the knock onto Sparking. And he gets a second onto RBN. 1 player up for Rock. And Monty finds a 3rd. Rock eliminated 14th place. K-Mind gonna want to try and protect his boy and get him back up on his feet. Rez coming out, still right on the outside of the wall. I feel like he could have picked him up and walked him in, but the shots did come from far enough away. I don't think they're much of a threat. Friendly Fire, they take down Rock. The winners of last week. Oh, Monty kind of went towards the zone, and you have Team Liquid over here. Cowboy takes down Monty. So Monty, he may have got 3, but he goes down to Team Liquid in return. Purdy, oh, 1 more tick, and you would have been going down to that blue zone as 7 Tellas were trying to get involved. The rest of Friendly Fire going by. Ghost Hunt ends up getting taken down by Alo. He finds a second onto Roth. Knocks and kills onto 2 different teams. Nailup still alive for Friendly Fire. So is in K-Mind. But for right now, it's just got to be a survival mission. Is Toyo going for the shots onto DTMF. But Fazan just not able to connect, and Bohm and Chucky get knocks at the exact same time to knock 2 players on Toyo. Emmy gonna be the last one left standing. He's gonna be pushing his way forward. Emmy do to try and take down DTMF. Chucky and Palm a little bit farther forward. The nade going forward from Emmy over towards Fazan. A bit too far to the left. Be able to do anything. Solds gets flushed out. Now Emmy trying to retreat back, go for a different angle. Capitan, oh, does make it around the corner. And he's been absolutely stellar for Toyo. Can he handle this 1v2 situation? Emmy did get the flush onto Cruxy, so now the smoke goes forward. The shots come out. A lot of damage, I feel like, should have been done. Doesn't take nearly as much as I would have thought. So now, just trying to look up and over the top of the smoke. He knows exactly where Poem is. Goes for the reload on the smoke canister. That nade goes a little bit too far from Chucky. Trying to find a different angle onto Poem. Blue zone bag gonna disappear on him. He's gonna have to try and get a heal going. It looks like these two players don't want to push. They wanted Caspitan to be the one to push. I don't think he has any other smokes to work with, and the longer they're out in the blue zone, the worse it is for all of them. Zaladi pulling up on the res station. Getting here just before phase 4 and going for the res onto his teammates. Does he have all the chips? Or is it just a couple of them? Will he be able to get it off in time and heal? Dartek came through, so it's going to be 2 minutes till his teammates come back. 2 minutes and probably 20 seconds. So he has to survive for as long as possible. While he waits for his teammates, and then he's going to have to try and get a kill or two. So his teammates have some loot to work with. Dream 1, they're smoking 55, aka, and Athletes of Christ. The only teams actually inside the zone. So we have 4 of our 12 teams inside the zone, and every other team has to do something to make it into this one. Oh, Zaladi ends up going down to the blue zone. Might have got shot a little bit by Team Liquid, as it looks like No Way are deciding to crash right on to AKA Gladiator. Is able to avoid the Molotov. Smoke comes out towards his corner. Falcon gets a knock onto DNL. You have 2 players still up. Helps in Gladiator for No Way. They already have 6 kills in this match. So they've already had a really good match. They have more to work with. Oh, Falcon gets another knock with the nade. Gladiator gonna be the last one up. Makes it inside. With the smoke, he sets up a folded shield. Now it's just about surviving. Stun's going out. Oh, he is very, very blind. Going for the shots. He does get the knock onto Falcon. Tries to go for more, but Danchin has the shotgun to take him down, and AKA survive. Falcon doesn't get flushed out, so they'll be able to get the res on him. AKA 4 strong, they stay. Ooh, 7-Tellas, Maya, the last one, gets sprayed out by Haven. Let Haven take the wheel. It's the Athletes of Christ take down 7-Tellas. Doris looking over towards Dual Kane. Gonna be the one singled out right now. He chucks down a smoke. Does he have a vehicle to rotate with? If not, it's gonna be a pretty tough spot for him. Blue zone is coming in. 10 seconds until we swap from phase 4 into phase 5. It's gonna hurt a little bit more. Kane does have vehicle. He can at least go forward win. Even if the couple of tires are gone, he should be able to go forward enough to reach his teammates. And we go down to the southwest. Athletes of Christ, gonna love that one. LFP1, you have a mortar. Observers, please, please, he has the mortar Do not miss it. If he gets a mortar kill and we don't see it, I'm going to be so sad. We already missed Roth's mortars earlier in the series. Love to see these ones. VPS does get the knock, but he gets run over by the runaway vehicle. As Murillo gets the flush onto him, Hansi gonna be the last one left for Dream One, just trying to get shots wherever he can. Over towards Infinite Void, where these ones gonna go, the blue zone. Bouncing right up next to the rock. Hansi prepping a couple of smokes so he can move off of it if he needs to. He does spot out fully, goes for the spray, just needs a bullet more, and there we go, the headshot to take down fully. That's going to be another knock onto Foradores. Do any other teams want to get involved in this fight? Hansi, don't, I was going to say go to the other rock. You want to avoid this one at this point, but Murillo's nade takes him down. Foradores, they're going to be back up to 4 players. That'll be good to go. 55 PD. They're going to be holding out both Duel and Team Liquid. 2 very good teams as Kane gets a headshot onto Cowboy with the M24. More bolties in the hands of Duel, and it just never seems to go wrong for them. Penta gets a knock onto Luke 12. Wooly with the nade onto Cowboy for the re-knock, so it's Alo to go down next to Wooly. 1 player left. Purdy does get the knock onto Penta. Gonna have to try and heal with some bandages. Goes for the shots, but Wooly takes him down, and Duel annihilate Team Liquid, and now they're gonna turn their attention towards 55. Doffy finds an aid onto Tavon after Tavon took down Wooly. In the back, it's Foradores to get some shots onto Duel. Kane, tries to go for the headshot. Hops into the vehicle so quick to avoid getting shot, and now he's just baiting for Doffy. He's going to send it down the hillside. Does take a bullet from the Groza, and he's just trying to come to a stop. It looks like Gabru coming over here. Doesn't find the shot. The vehicle going to be blown up with just a couple of bullets. Foradores trying to give some covering fire. Kane goes down as Doffy dies to the blue zone. 4 teams left, aka Athletes of Christ, Foradores, and 55 PD. Kitty, you scared the shit out of me. Looks like Athletes of Christ are opting more towards the members of 55 PD, aka are going to have to deal with Foradores to come into the zone. Right, mortars are coming forward. Where are they going? A double onto Fully and Slabby. There was more going forward, and we missed it. I'm disappointed by that. And now Nade's going out. Haven gets the knock onto Karak. Fauna's nade gets the flush, and more Nade's going to be coming forward towards Tavon. That first one doesn't find anything. The second, still nothing. The follow-up nade goes a little bit too far. Actually finds Gabru with some damage. Fauna ends up taking down Haven as Tavon took down Tony. So now it's Tavon versus 2. He has an MG3 and some 3 gear, so he can do it, but more nades getting prepped, thrown forward, and there we go. LFP1 finally hits the nade that they need, and Athletes of Christ, 9 kills between Haven and LFP1. Tony and Fauna don't have any yet. Murillo, it looks like he's going to go down to AKA here in just a second. Nade goes forward. Oh, Murillo is able to get out of there, so maybe it's Athletes of Christ that might be able to come around the corner in a second and find him. Bouncing a nade off the roof of the car, preventing it from going forward. I think it might have actually been able to do enough to take down Murillo. Falcon, he's moving up. Trying to find this, aka they're not giving up on their chances of winning, though. Instead of just chasing this 1 kill, they are spreading out, trying to get ready for any angles they can towards Athletes of Christ, and it's Falcon that ends up taking down Murillo. So 4v4 Athletes of Christ up against AKA, and I think Athletes of Christ, as of right now, have a little bit more going for them. They got some more 3 gear. They have a hillside that they can use. But those are some good shots from Danchin. In return, though, LFP1 gets the knock. So Dark Castle going to be looking forward, going for the res, can spot where Haven win. Zlatovsk does move forward. And just like Athletes of Christ, it's only 2 players that have gotten kills so far for AKA. Falcon goes for the shots, 1 more onto Tony, and it would have been the knock, but isn't able to find it. Only 1 tire lost. Falcon going to reposition the vehicle slightly, try and save the tires. AKA, they have more work to do. Might end up a little bit grouped up, trying to move forward here. Haven, still with a fresh vehicle. It looks like he's going to go towards the next rock. This honestly might have been AKA's best position to try and move into, but now Haven is already over here. Tony has the high ground, and there's nothing else really for AKA to play. They threw down a couple of emergency cover. They got some folded shields going down. Now it's just, and they get an opening knock. That's what AKA needs. They need an opening knock, but no, that's 1 player already knocked. Danchin tries to move forward. I don't think he's in the zone. He goes down as well. 2 MK14s on the side of Athletes of Christ. And now the shot's gonna go out towards Fauna. They don't find anything. The MG3 gonna ring out as Falcon goes down to Tony Zlatovsk. Tries to throw a couple of stuns forward, but it's the MK14 to take him down, and Athletes of Christ, 13 kills in the chicken dinner in match number 3. AKA, they had 7. They didn't do too bad. 7 in second place is always gonna be something to strive for. But we're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 4. Alright, here we go underway in match number 4. Bestia, they jump out early. They are not hand in hand with the Athletes of Christ, but guess what? The Athletes of Christ jumped out too. They're not too far away. If these two teams decide to spread out a little bit, we'll see them clashing again. Might not be a full 4-on-4, right where they clash. Boy, oh boy. I'm starting to think there's something between these two teams that they just cannot let go of. The Ox Factory, it looks like there's a couple of teams over there as well. 4-0 DTMF. They're both over there, so we might see another hut drop there. That is 2 potential hut drops that I see. It looks like everyone else is kind of spread out. Bestia, it looks like they went a little bit further to the south. So there is not an actual hut drop between them and the Athletes of Christ. But over here, 4-0 up against DTMF. Moo gets the opening knock with a Tommy gun. Onto Palm. More shots go out. He finds some onto Cruxy. Tries to go for more. Does get the knock, so that's 2 players down for DTMF. 4-0. They only dropped here with 3. So the fact that they got 2 knocks so quickly is going to be a huge benefit for them. Yayi almost goes down trying to get a little bit extra loot from the rooftop. He has a medkit. He's going to use that medkit, and that's going to be all he has. He has an 8 times and a mini right off drop, though, so he'll be able to use his long range to greater effect than maybe 4-0 would have been able to. Him and Chucky. What can they do? 4-0. They're not actually holding right now. They are looting. They are getting themselves prepared for a fight. Meanwhile, DTMF are both kind of staring, wondering where these players are going to come from. I don't even know if Chucky is known about. There's a flare right there, sir. You go back for that flare. Sir. Sir. There was both a flare and a shorty that he could have just picked up off the ground, and he didn't pick up either. What? Oh. Sorry, we're gonna have a talk about that. Look at this. Tavon, he has that shorty in the back pocket. It's not reloaded right now. I'm sure it will be soon. But he's got that shorty in the back pocket just in case. He has the team pushing him, and he needs a little bit of shotgun action before he swaps back over to the M4. Now, take a quick look at our leaderboard after 3 matches. In first place, we have Rock, the winners of last week. They are staying on top. Athletes of Christ, after that match right there, they have bumped themselves up into second place. And Duel have held a steady 3rd place as Toyo drop a couple and go down into 4th place. AKA is in 5th place. Team Liquid in 6th place. Furia in 7th place. 55 PD, they're in 8th. Then you have DTMF with 9th place, the last team with 20 points, but Foradores, they're at 18, only 2 points lower in 10th place before you really have your drop-off. I feel like right now we have 2 very separate leaderboards. 1st through 10th, and then 11th through 19th. Foradores are that break point. As controller, I see that you're in here now. Hello, hello. Turn you up a little bit. Alright, joining us, we got controller. Maybe give us a little bit of insights on how some of these teams rotate and some of the things they're doing a little bit better than I could.
I think you're giving me a little too much credit there.
I'm just saying, like, overall, if we're gonna point out who knows a little bit more about some rotations and stuff, it'd be a person that's coached the game.
Yeah, this whole TPP thing, it's gonna kind of, you know, change that up a little bit. Like, I just feel like with TPP now, you're gonna see some different strats, maybe some a little bit wider splits even early on in games at times. People are able to scout easier so they can control more land. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out this esports season.
Yeah. And I mean, to go with that, I feel like right now, to balance it out, because some pro teams checked out and checked in, we have a few more teams in the lobby than normal, so we're running 19 teams right now. So you're seeing, or at least I'm seeing, a little bit less of those splits that you're talking about that we might see if we only had 16 teams in the lobby.
Yeah, I watched the first few games before I was able to join the stream, and a lot of early fighting, a lot of early aggression, which is always fun to see. Sometimes causes a lull mid-game, but I mean, overall it seemed pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, especially early game fighting, Bestia and Athletes of Christ, these teams for the past 3 weeks have not stopped hut dropping each other.
You know, that's pretty common in these types of lobbies whenever you know, you're asserting dominance for when the big official tournaments start to come into play. Oh, that's a nice nade, man.
What an underhand nade there by Biel. Finishes off 7-Tellas. And I feel like 7-Tella is probably a team that you haven't really seen before. But they showed up in week number 1 of this and had some absolutely killer games, but then they dropped down into the 2nd division before finally joining us back here in week number 4.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, I've been a little checked out of the esports scene for a few months, and just, you know, getting back in, starting to view a little bit, get prepared for this 2026 esports season and see what it's going to look like.
Yeah, and boy, oh boy, has it changed around a little bit, as... Hey, that was a little bit of a glitched out down player right there. That was interesting.
Yeah, a little weekend at Bernie's moment there. It's kind of propped up in the corner.
Bestia, they didn't hot drop, and Slabby also a little bit messed up, but Frogman is able to take him down as Void takes down Enzito.
What is happening?
Frogman goes down to fully, isn't able to get any more, and Bestia, even though they were able to avoid a hut drop up against Athletes of Christ, they still end up going down early in this one.
Yeah, let's see what this... I don't know what this EP is going to do. They have a lot of open land on the east side of the zone, so... should be able to find a vehicle and something to play over there.
Yeah.
I didn't quite catch who it was that was on that EP, but they're going to have a little bit of room to work with.
I believe it was Aura.
Yes, Aura.
And Aura pretty much, honestly, along the same lines of 7-Tellas. They came in here, week 1. They had a phenomenal day number 1. I think they had 54 points or something in the first day. And then day 2, they just didn't really have anything, and that continued into week number 2 for them to drop down into Division 2 before coming back here to join Division 1 here in week 4.
Yeah, and pretty interested to see some of these squad makeups too, with Sparking over here with Rock, and then of course Cowboy coming into Team Liquid, and just kind of interesting to see like will these rosters stick for the official esports season, and what does that look like, or who's just playing with friends and trying out and all the different stuff. So a lot of fun to kind of watch some of these new makeups.
And I think with those makeups, the only one that we have seen confirmed is Cowboy onto Team Liquid. That one has been fully confirmed. Now we do have from a chatter last week, it did say he had some backdoor information saying that Sparking was going to be on Rock. I've never seen anything official or anything, but that's a little bit of backdoor information that we've received.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, Rock already a scary team, and then you throw one of the best fraggers in the world on that team, and it gets a little more scary.
Yeah. Now with Rock being a scary team, Solds and BL both leaving. This week BL is playing with Furia. He was playing with Toyo before, but Solds has been playing since week 1 with Toyo. And he is the current leader of the MVP race for the entire series.
Yeah, we should have some fun here on this west side of the zone where the playable rocks are. There's a couple of choke points there along the river that these rotations are going to get a little messy here. So should have a lot of action here on the west side of the zone. 4 monkeys, they're doing the EP thing, so good luck finding a great place to land, but at least they're not going to have to deal with what's happening on the ground beneath them right now.
Yeah, meanwhile, 55 over here, they've already lost 2. They're trying to rotate behind. No way, and that's a good shot from Caracas. We have a listen in, but I still don't understand Portuguese.
Yeah, I would have to brush up on my Portuguese. I'm no expert.
If I learned it, I'd be able to translate for us, but
It seems like a big commitment.
yeah. It would be, but I mean, if I keep on doing Super League like I have been, I don't see any reason not to, and I mean, I just love casting in the first place, so 50-50 on whether I actually want to try and commit to learning another language or not for it.
Yeah, not a lot of Portuguese probably spoken in your area of the world.
No, not at all. I don't think I'd be able to talk to anyone in Portuguese where I live, actually.
Maybe a little French,
Oh yeah, definitely French. A few people just have picked up Spanish, so they'd be able to kind of speak that.
Oh, let's see, is he gonna take the shots? He's gonna let him go.
It looks like being
Alright.
the last one up. Maybe he doesn't want to commit to any fights right now. There's 2 different teams rotating by 4-0 and no way. And with all these choke points that you were talking about on the west-hand side, it doesn't really seem like there's anyone there to cover them. Oh, Moo does almost get taken out of the vehicle by Chucky, though. Now he sees the other players coming forward, but STX takes him down.
And that'll be it. But, he got some good shots in, and just not quite enough to get that knock.
Definitely a little bit rough. It looked like they started this match as only a 3-man anyways, so to be the only one left fighting a 3-man inside of the blue zone, it's never going to turn out too well for you, but if it does, it's very impressive. Well, my question is,
Yeah, this.
yeah, friendly fire. What do you think about this makeup?
I mean, I think it's a really fun-looking team. I know that Monty and Roth have played before in the past, I believe. Of course, K-Mine, always good to see him back in the scene here this last, few cycles, so that's always fun.
Oh,
And then they
Peaks
Oh,
takes down Monty. Roth
They're gonna
ends
have
up
to get
knocking Nail up.
oh no.
Team Nade never how you want the fight to go. But I will say, friendly fire so far, when they commit, they have been committing. Roth down below, K-Mine still on the outside. What are they going to be able to do? Roth goes down to the nade from Whiteson, and now it's all onto one player. What can K-Mine
This
do?
is always tough to crash the south side of
Deve estar no amarelo, tá?
it's always tough to crash the south side of the city. I mean, that you have that big trench there, and if you get stuck in that trench, it's just really hard to get out.
And I mean, that team Nade definitely not any help. But it looks like K-Mine might try and play this one a little bit slower now.
He doesn't have a choice. He's gonna just have to try to, rat out some points here, see if he can get some placement points, but it's going to be tough from this trench. I mean, if you go to the far east side of this trench and try to get out, it's just nothing but open field, so you just kind of have to stay down here and watch your angles.
Yeah. But he has third-person view, so he can watch them a little bit easier, and this is a decent little cubby that he might be able to hold in for quite a while. But yeah, so far for friendly fire, obviously Roth has been here every single week that they've been in it. But he's played with K-Mind and Nailup twice. Last week he was playing with Conf and another player. This is the first time I've seen him play with Monty. Richie B was here last week for him, so they've been pulling up with some pretty interesting compositions.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I like seeing it. That's why I love these community series that are happening. I think it's good for the sport. I think it's good for the players to get practice, and it's obviously a lot of fun for those of us that just enjoy PUBG esports.
Yeah. Alright, now, Affinity, this team that's rolling in. I don't recognize any of these names. I kind of tried to do some research, but we hop over to AKA up against Foradore, Slatansk.
Just can't
Already
quite
been...
connect.
Oh, he's still alive! Foradores, you need to hit those shots!
Does he have an aid? He does not. Oh, but the car is done, and the drive-by. Oh no,
The car blew up Murillo as well! Slabby! Slabby goes down to Murillo blowing it up.
Okay, this is interesting. Cowboys making a move out to the south here to get some extra vision and some scouting and potentially hold these teams out here on the south side. So Liquid running a little bit of a split here, so that's fun.
Yeah, and I feel like we've seen Liquid really going for things.
We're back.
Yeah. But I feel like we've seen Liquid really going for things. I feel like they're a little bit more worried about not necessarily winning and more sometimes getting into fights. That way, when they actually get into some of the tournaments and stuff, maybe they'll be really used to playing with Cowboy and how he fights and everything.
Yeah, but I mean, in this game, for instance, like if you're just looking at this circle, looking at where all the teams are placed, and you wanted me to pull out my Kalshi app and put down a bet right now on who I thought was going to win this game just based on positioning, it would be Liquid.
Now Toyo, they're committing to this trench that you were talking about earlier. This is nothing but fields out here, just like you said. I mean, Penta is just scouting with a BRDM right now.
Well, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better vehicle to do it in.
And, Doffy ended up actually getting a knock up on top of this hillside, and it looks like Penta is just going straight for it. Will the BRDM have enough to get up this hillside?
No.
It did, but at the
before
cost
it's about
of
to
the
blow up.
BRDM.
Yeah, it's about to go down. He's got a big piece of cover now.
And he actually sets it up, I think,
they're committing
to
to
cover
this.
the top of the hillside. Oh, but then he steps
he's
out
just
from
gonna get
around.
third partied, and now he's naded himself. It's just gone bad.
Yeah, Draft King
I like
able to
the
get the
idea for
flush
the play.
anyways. Kane takes down Xhaka, though. So, Duel, they, like you said, fully committing to this. Doffy got an opening knock, and even though they weren't able to confirm anything else off of this, they just fully committed to it. Now it looks like Furia is trying to backfill them and really punish them for what they did.
Yeah, Furia wants these points. They're just going to try to set up on this and punish both of these teams up here. And keep in mind that Liquid might be able to get some vision on this if they start pouring off the south side of this hill.
Esposa takes down Wooly, gets the flush as well. Kane gonna be the last player left. He does get a knock on to kill Zera before going down. And it looks like Dream 1 gonna be left as one player standing. VPS, surely Furia gonna try and hunt him down as well. But Furia, they have come into these weeks, and I feel like they've been plagued with inconsistency. They've had a good game here, a good game there, and then the rest of them have just been absolute garbage. But they're looking a little bit better so far this week.
Yeah, and, you know, like in a league like this, you know, they're probably just limit testing some things, and that probably leads to some inconsistencies. But, you know, we saw that show up on the stage as well for them. But again, that's an insane lobby. So in a situation like this, they're probably just doing some limit testing, you know, trying out some different strategies, and that's what I would probably chalk it up to. I think when it counts, Furia will be ready.
And it'll be interesting to see.
There's K-Mine. They found him out, man. Toyo found him.
Unfortunate there. I mean, he was going up against a full 4-man there. I don't think he was really going to survive that one for too much longer.
When you called that crash into the eastern side of that canal from Toyo, I was like, well, it's just a matter of time before they sniff out K-Mine.
Yeah. With specifically Biel and Solds, I'm really interested to see where they go as Aura tries to crash into here as well, and Toyo is just absolutely dismantling them. Danny and Excalibur, the only two left standing right now. Toyo, they should have some util that they should be able to throw right onto this bridge to finish them off.
And Solds landed some really nice sprays on those rotates there. And he'll take one more with, is that an MK?
Yeah, MK14 takes him down.
MK14, nice.
So they do
like he's
have
running
two
barrel
knocks.
MK. They do. They should be able to get these up.
Excalibur.
They just have to keep track of this last Aura player.
Yeah. I mean, it's a legendary sword. He could strike from behind at any time.
It is, but it looks like it's probably stuck in the rock right about now.
Yeah. Unfortunate there. We'll see if anyone can pull it out, or if it's going to do the heavy lifting itself.
I think he's going to live about as long as the amount of smokes he has left, and that looks like it's running out.
Yeah, it will be...
Oh, 55 is going to open up here. And they'll get too quick.
Oh, Gabru in a bad spot, but Karak steps out to give him some cover. 55 survived, take down 4-0, and we're into our top 8.
Yeah, I feel like 4-0 maybe pushed a little bit faster than they really needed to. I don't know what their util situation was, but they just kind of ran in the open for free on those.
Yeah, I mean, use a couple of smokes, try and go down the corridor, and you might be able to really make something happen from there.
I mean, they could have tried the north rotate along the road, across the canal, and then, you know, challenge the, you know, compound just inside of the northwest corner of the new zone there. But they opted just to run straight towards 55, and they paid for it.
Yeah.
55 back sniffing out another opponent here.
Nade's being prepped right now by them, though.
Ooh,
bounces
nice nade.
off the head of Karak, but doesn't get the knock. 55. They're just sitting waiting. They are ready for this. Gabru is in a spot where he can see right over the side of that fence, but still peek around if anyone tries to go for any sort of flank.
Yeah, I've always liked watching this particular roster play quite a bit. I mean, I know they're under a little bit different name now, being 55 now. Oh my god, another nice nade and the molly on himself. He's cooked, literally.
Right after that, though, Gabru got a double for himself.
Eu tiro ele.
They're gonna push this.
Problem here is going to be LFP1 still up on that rooftop behind. So Tavon going to try... Oh, does he nade the rooftop? He does nade towards the rooftop. Only a little bit of damage, though.
Yeah, he naded right where he was previously, but he just slid over a few meters. Oh, my goodness.
Down
Nice
they
hold
go.
there.
Fana with the shorty, LFP1, he had that rooftop, and they're just able to hold on, and now they should be able to cross over that little canal for no problem. It looks like Furia and Team Liquid are fighting out here. Purdy ends up running over Cowboy as DraftKings got the knock onto Alo, so now Furia, they're going to commit to this. Purdy's going to be the only one that is still up. And they pull up right near that
and
vehicle.
they're gonna util the smoke and see what happens here. Here comes the util.
Return nade. Oh, Toyo from the other side. They take down Cowboy. Excalibur got a shot into the back of Toyo, but it was actually 4 Monkeys men that took down Excalibur.
Toyo's done a really nice job out of this canal, being able to get quite a few points here.
And
The shield of glory.
I was going to say, I know you previously said that that canal is quite hard to play. Do you think it might be a little bit easier since they're playing in TPP mode?
Oh, I mean, it definitely helps. There's no doubt that TPP helps because you just don't get punished for the information that you're able to gather. And they've got it set up, 2 on each end of the corners there. They're going to be able to still hang in the zone on the edge of their canal.
Whereas, really, in FPP mode, if they try and gather some of that information, they're probably going to get punished for it just because of the fact that they have to peek up and over. We're going to see, what can Toyo do? Furia, looks like they're going to try and back off of the spot that they just pushed onto Team Liquid, but it's just an empty field right now. For these teams. 4 Monkeys men gonna try and hold against the Athletes of Christ. Stuns going both directions. Should stall out any pushes for a second. Shotgun in the hands of Whiteson. When does he step around? Fauna finds one. Whiteson finds one, but the trade's going back and forth. And down goes 4 Monkeys men, and it's Capitan to find that final kill for Toyo. We're down to our top 4.
Yep, we only have Toyo and AFI with full 4 bans. Their team's broken. Unless FE should be able to get this res, so they should be back up to 4 here.
And the thing about Affinity is I don't know any of these players. I don't think I've ever seen any of these players at this level. And they started down in the lowest division.
Oh, what a nade.
And they have hunted their way up here. They have worked their way up here. And util usage.
Just gonna quick work here.
Yeah, util usage kills through the smoke. They take down Athletes of Christ, and I don't know where this team came from. I don't know if they just now got into the comp scene or something. But so far as a tier 5 team, they're impressing me.
Were they a TPP team potentially?
Maybe. Maybe this is a full-on TPP team, and now that it's swapped over, they're like, oh, yeah, let's try and find the comp scene, and now they're joining.
Yeah, I mean, I don't recognize them either, but that doesn't mean anything. Or it could just be a bunch of alts, I don't know, but I do not know these players.
Yeah. And that's a great point that I hadn't even thought about. We've seen all of the pros and everything, but since we have now swapped into TPP, we could see teams that we've never seen before that have just only ever been playing TPP start to show up and really do well because this is the game mode that they've played.
Yeah, and you know, I did see a play earlier. I think it might have been game 1 up in heaven on Erangel, where there was a fight on the side of the hill, and one of our pro FPP players was trying to switch back and forth between TPP and FPP to like fight this guy, and he just got hung up and he ended up losing his life for it. And so that's interesting to see how it plays out when they're switching back and forth, trying to get info plus trying to peek. So
Yeah, and I think part of it has to do with like they've trained all these really like crazy quick peeks and stuff in FPP mode. And maybe it's not translating the way they want it to in TPP, so they're kind of swapping back and forth. Is Toyo with some util. They've taken down 2 of the members of Affinity. Ducky should get flushed out by that blue zone, so it's going to be a 3v4, and more nades are going to start to come forward. Mizbo backs up a little bit as Emmy continues to go around the side of the zone.
yeah, and even if you take the mechanical skill out of it, I think that PP pros still have a big advantage because, oh, and there goes Toyo, man.
12
They
kills
win
in the
game.
chicken dinner.
They win the game from the canal. It was
Yeah.
really nicely played by them.
A spot that you said was very difficult to play out of. They show exactly how you can play out of it and what you should do if you're trying to be successful from that spot.
Yep, a really nice stat line there from those guys.
But we're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 5. Here we go. Match number 5, our first Miramar of the week. Are you ready for this, controller?
Let's get it, man. I love Miramar. It's my favorite map.
I honestly just like to say Erangel is my favorite map to mess with Cammy, because he hates how we always end on Erangel at the end of a tournament, and the crazy circles we can get. So, out of spite, I just still stick with Erangel.
I think I like the crazy circles. I think it's great. Great for the viewers anyway. Sucks for the teams and coaches.
Yeah. I think it's really funny, though, because sometimes when I bring that up, we then have a Miramar that's like 50% water down to the south and stuff when I bring that up, or it's like all the way over to the west, and you have so much unplayable in, and I'm like, see, Miramar does it too.
Could we get the dreaded island game? I mean, I always love those.
Surprisingly, with how rare they are, I feel like I've actually got to cast like 2 or 3 of them. Right.
I don't see any hot drops.
No. This might actually be the first time since week number 1 where we've had a match without a hot drop.
Oh, that's good. This is a pretty classic Miramar circle here, so you know, should be feeling pretty good there around Chuma Church. I look for them to probably loot up really quick around Chuma and take that church high ground and maybe some of the surrounding territory.
Yeah, in whatever they think they're gonna need, what research they've done for how they think the zone's gonna go. I feel like I've seen a lot of the zones going a little bit closer to Chuma lately, compared to some of the other spots around it.
Yeah, there's still so many options where this thing could end up, but I think people will prioritize that. Well, at least the Chuma team's definitely going to prioritize that church area. We already have some jockeying for some position here early on between Rock and Friendly Fire.
Yeah, and I mean, this is some pretty early rotates, especially for Friendly Fire. Naleb just sending it down here very quickly. Emmy, it looks like you were saying, maybe spreading out, trying to get some surrounding area. He's scouting out. Sparking's already taken that spot, so we'll see if he gets spotted out. Doffy for duel. I don't know if this is just a stop for loot, or if he's like, this has just got to be a stop for loot right now.
Yeah, you don't want to be down there. Like, he's just grabbing a little bit of loot. There's just no shot. Like,
yeah,
you never want to get stuck down there.
That's not a position you play. He's probably going to grab a little bit of loot, maybe go towards Bigfoot, and right on top of the edge of that hill to scout.
That's exactly what I was thinking. They're going to go up to Bigfoot, maybe even send some people over to the big warehouse there, and look down in Picado Valley and see what they can see.
Yeah, maybe he didn't have like a scope or anything, so he's just trying to stop there and get a scope so he can see a little bit farther forward real quick.
Yeah, depending on how Liquid decides to rotate out of Leo, if they take that south road out of Leo, it's not going to be good for the team that's split along that road right now, because they like to travel together, and they do like that south rotate towards the little god compound with the hot dog building and the stables there.
But I realized that I didn't do this for you, but I just sent you the map stream. There is actually a map stream that you can go look at. I'll send it in chat too if anybody wants to see the map stream.
Yeah, that's definitely helpful.
That way you can see some of the rotates, and you can see it a little bit clearer without having trying to double check.
Yeah, and Liquid did similar to what I thought they would do, but they're moving in, setting up. Looks like, everything's going to be kind of quiet here early game.
I feel like
55s.
Toyo, they spread out a little bit more than maybe I was expecting. You were talking about like Chuma Church and some of the surroundings. I feel like they really went to the west.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty aggressive stance that they have right now. But again, like I said earlier, like I think TPP affords you that because you just don't have to risk much to get information.
Falcon, is he gonna get caught out here by Dream 1? The shot's going out from Hansi, but just not able to connect with anything, and Falcon, besides a little bit of damage to his vehicle, is gonna get out of there clean.
Yeah, that AK, it's a handful, but oh, this is not fun. And gonna have to get the old Lamborghinis out and get moving, dude.
I think he really committed to that jump down to
And
the below.
Toyo's got problems though. Liquid is committing to church.
Yeah, then they have
got one
Rock right
isolated.
next to them on the
They're-
west.
Yeah, they're pulling Emmy and Capitan back. Oh, and they've already found out Soul, so Liquid's gonna take church. Toyo has nothing left to go back for now, so they'll probably just gather up around that high ground just north of Chuma area. Maybe those warehouses where the cargo containers are.
Yeah, Solds, you said he was already spotted out. He tries to back up a little bit, but it's Luke 12 from behind that might be able to get the shots
Yeah.
onto him.
Luke snuck in here, and he had no idea.
And I think
They knew
most
they knew
impressive.
he was solo.
Yeah, he's been the most impressive for Team Liquid to me so far. Sparking left, and Luke 12 has very much taken over the main fragger role. Like, no doubt in my mind he has taken that over. He has been phenomenal, and he's been getting so many kills and so much damage.
I mean, you know, Sparking's a great player. Nobody wants to lose a player like Sparking, but that roster is immensely talented. And, you know, Cowboy is really making some strides here in the past couple of years to, you know, live up to the expectations he had as a young kind of player coming in. So exciting to see. I mean, it's going to be a fun roster to watch.
And not that Sparking isn't a good fit, but just him having to learn English and everything and kind of like adapt to that. I think with Cowboy in there, you could see just the communication and everything be that little bit smoother and easier for them potentially.
Well, and it matters, right? Like, it might not matter as much in this lobby today, but when you get on the global stage and everything is measured in milliseconds instead of seconds, like, it matters.
Right. So it's maybe a move that a lot of people didn't see coming. Maybe they thought some of the higher tier teams were just going to stick it out together because a lot of the rosters were really good and maybe just needed a little bit more experience together. But we're seeing small little shifts, and I think communication-wise, it could make a pretty big difference.
Yeah, and I mean, you've got some interesting stuff happening too. You know, in the, you know, global scene with teams mixing it up that are, you know, different languages. So there's some language barriers and things like that are happening. So it's pretty interesting. Like, we'll have to see where it goes. But
Have you seen
like,
Gen G's new roster?
well, yeah, don't think of anyone's legend from the Masters tournament. They had Soul and Wicked from Korea with Himas and Sololzi from Vietnam. So that was really interesting.
And it's really, honestly, I think it's a lot of fun to see all the different kind of possibilities. As, oh my god, I really thought Posa had just annihilated Zalati there, but BL is all the way over here, and he was the one getting the shots onto him. Thought Posa just, like, gunned him down 3 or 4 shots right in a row.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting for, like, one of these, like, big tournaments coming up to just, like, really be BL's tournament, too, because that dude is insane. Like, he has what it takes to be, like, you know, one of the best fraggers on the planet.
I'm kind of curious to see who he ends up with. So, when they left Rock, I've been seeing them play together on Toyo, both Schultz and BL. But now it looks like finally this week that duo has split up. You have Fazen that joined Toyo for this week, and he's been doing okay. Toyo are still getting good results and everything. But BL going over to Furia almost seems to be that one little piece that maybe wasn't completely clicking for their consistency, and now they're having some pretty great consistent games so far. So seeing how they kind of work together, and maybe if they stick together for a little while, how that could end up.
Yeah, I mean, this Furia roster that's in the lobby tonight is just full of firepower. Like, it's an insane amount of frag that they have on that roster.
Definitely not one I would want to go up against in my casual games. I would get annihilated so quickly going up against a lot of these players.
I really like this rotation out of Duel. I haven't really said their name in a little while, but they're making that nice little goat path rotation by a graveyard tire pop area. I don't know if they're going to opt into playing Power Grid or play Power Grid dips. But they're coming into a lot of open area up here with this hard north shift.
And it's funny.
Oh, they might drive right into this team without scouting. I hope that doesn't happen.
It looks like Penta may have spotted them possibly, but DTMF over here, they've lost a couple of players now. Pong gets flushed out by Tavon. Yai ended up going down to his own nade. But I mean, you talk about some of the different players and stuff that you see, and Kane is one of those players. He's Japanese, and he played in the 2024 PNC Cup, and that was the last time he played. So I mean, it really is just Wooly and his retirement community popping off there on Duel.
Yeah, they got the pudding and the wheelchairs out, dude, and they're out here just fragging.
They're just having fun doing it, and I mean, they're doing it successfully right now. 30 points after 4 matches.
Yeah, I mean, you'd love to see it. You know, Wooly, player, coach, back to player, like, you know, he's kind of done it all. He's been around. He's definitely been around the scene. He knows what he's doing out here.
Yeah. I mean, Penta so far for the past couple of weeks with Duel, it's just so great to see him playing the way he is, dominating a lot of these players. Just mincing right through him. He goes like, "Oh, you're right there. No, you're not."
This is definitely cracked for whenever I first got into like the esports PC scene. One of my friends that actually encouraged me to buy a PC to play PUBG, a guy by the name of MicroFry, longtime Rumblers player, was playing with a guy named Penta at the time, and I was like, who's this Penta guy? And he's like, dude, Penta's absolutely cracked, and so he had a lot of high praise for him, and that was kind of my early introduction into Penta when he was kind of early on in his career.
A little backstory there. BL, this is the player that you were talking about trying to swap between third person and first person earlier. At that Heaven fight, and he almost just got taken down by Zaka again on the side of a hill. He did make it out this time.
You could just tell it was a little clunky earlier. Hopefully they get all these kinks worked out between now and the big tournaments.
Now, Dream 1. They decided to e-pick up into these shanties. There is already one team here, and BL wasn't even part of the team that was here. He was just there, he was able to pick up a kill, and then get on out of there. They're kind of driving, but they have to worry about Fauna over here as well. He's on the rocks already, and Furia is kind of pulling up right next to him. DraftKing getting a knock.
They're just gonna take this fight, but when's Fauna gonna activate, man? He's gotta shoot down on these guys and help his team.
Yeah, and I feel like he just didn't do it early enough, and now these other two players were able to pull right up onto him. So I think this fight might actually stall out unless some other teams get involved.
It's definitely gonna stall out. I don't know what the other team that's here. Who is that? Is that Hansy? Yeah, Hansy. I think he's just content just to try to stay alive for the moment.
Yeah, I do not know where Killzera is. It looks like maybe he wasn't on the E-pickup, or he went to a different spot.
He's super far east, out by Power Grid, kind of stranded in between a couple of teams there.
So it looks like he kind of went more towards Power Grid rather than being on the shanties with the rest of his team.
Yeah, so they are two solos now. For himself, just survive.
And we've seen solos succeed before. Rats in the grass,
we
they
got,
can strike anytime.
Team Liquid and Friendly Fire feeling pretty nice right now. Friendly Fire gonna take some shots in on Sparking.
Rock are in a decent spot as well, but it's just a gas station, and I feel like sometimes the gas station can be a little bit difficult to work with overall.
Yeah, this is a hard shift. Toyo gonna get their res back. So here comes Souls. He's gonna join up, have some time to grab a little bit of loot. But they are not happy about this circle shift. The one good thing is Souls should be able to at least grab some loot, then they can get in.
55 is going to absolutely love it, but if there is one player that I would not want coming back into this match, it would be Solds. Solds has very much been a scary player so far. He's cooled down a little bit the past couple of weeks, but he has been very, very dominant as Foradoris are starting to go down to both the blue zone and duel into picking up kills.
Interested here to see how long 55 waits to consolidate this split.
Yeah, it's
Because there's
phase
a lot of
4.
teams about to pour into the zone here, with not a lot of places to play.
Murillo going to be the last one up for Foradoris. He's going to want to walk in soon. Hansy did get a knock and flush onto one of the members of Athletes of Christ. It looks like Fawn is about to go down as well, as they're trying to fight up against Furia. That Molotov goes out. Does it spread to LFP1? It looks like
Quite, but it is
tickling
a good
his feet.
molly, though.
Ooh. But while we have that, Subtimore rating the channel, 69 viewers. Let's go.
Thanks, buddy. We appreciate it.
As Athletes of Christ trying to fight up against Furia on these rock sides, our kill feed going a little bit crazy right now. 55, super happy. In your opinion, it's phase 4 right now. They have a 2-2 split. Like, what's the latest that you would normally say to hold on to a split? Because normally phase 4 is when I want to consolidate.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, they both splits seem pretty comfortable right now. There's not a lot in between them. So I think they know they can pretty comfortably like get back together, and there's so many fights going on the edges on each side of them that they're just looking to steal a few points before they consolidate. When the circle closes, though, I think they're going to wait for this information. As soon as the shift happens, then they're probably going to consolidate in a more centralized location.
As it looks like Rock did eventually send it forward. They were trading knocks with Friendly Fire a little bit earlier, but now they've been able to send it forward into Affinity's position, but the other 3 members weren't there yet. It looks like they only had 1 player sent forward to try and kind of hold everyone else out for a second, but definitely needed at least 2 down there to hold anyone off.
Yeah, I mean, 55's looking to clean up kills still here in this split, but I think they should probably consider gathering up on the warehouse in the center of the zone here and get ready for some crashes.
Yeah, and it looks like Furia, they are still on this hillside, still fighting. Draft King is the only one still inside of the blue zone, and he's just trying to heal up, make his way forward, trying to take shots towards Stoney in the back, but he only connects with one of them.
It's not green.
6 first
He's
aids.
just gonna have to go into heal mode. He's probably just gonna have to sacrifice this to blue, or else Duel is probably just gonna kill him for free.
And then you have BL down right on the edge, and he's going to be the one that has to fight Duel from inside of the play zone. So, I mean, it's getting a little bit tough for them. Furia not looking to be in a great spot, but they have plenty of kills so far in this match. By no means are they leaving.
Rock is going to have to make a move, and it's not the greatest place to leave from. We'll see what happens here. I don't know, Aura's got to do something as well.
Definitely a few teams that have to try and make something happen right now. 7-Tellas, it looks like Dartek is just trying to commit to taking down this last member of AKA. Goes for the shots, only connects with a single one of them as Aura and Rock fight in the kill feed. Aura gets eliminated by Rock.
Aura must have just crashed, like tried to drive through Rock's position, it looks like. Okay, now 55 never consolidated, and now they've got Team Liquid splitting them. So we'll see if Liquid can ruin the fun party that 55's been having.
Yeah. It is a little bit unfortunate. Rock, they've taken 2 knocks. Is anyone going to be able to, like, do something about this? I mean, Rock, they're going for the reses, but they have to move here pretty soon as the zone's coming in.
Here goes Cowboy, just doing a little dune buggy action.
Dune buggy in a not very dune buggy looking vehicle.
Right. I just, I wasn't saying he was driving the dune buggy, but he's trying to do his best impersonation.
I was just saying that I don't think that vehicle really normally is in the dunes.
Looks like Rock's gonna start making their move. Sparking's on his way in. They're driving right into Liquid.
On the shotgun, Sparking gets the knock onto Luke 12, goes for the flush, and he pays for it with his life. Cowboy gonna try and go for the flush with a Molotov. Instead, goes for the shots, takes down RBN as well. 2 players left. Fazen takes Quan out of the vehicle. 1 player to go. 1 more bullet, and Cowboy gets a 3rd.
Yeah, that was a great spray on Cowboy on RBN. That was a really nice spray.
Yeah, and I mean, Team Liquid, they were able to hold Rock out, but they did end up losing 2 for it as friendly fire. Gonna be fighting up against Furia now. Somehow DraftKing was able to make it over here and help out. He gets a knock onto Monty while Monty's still in the blue zone. So DraftKing just refusing to go down right now before the blue zone eliminates him.
Was that DraftKing or was it Beanie? DraftKings was just in the blue forever, dude.
Could have been a little bit of bloomy there. You never know.
Felt a little bloomy-ish, dude. He was out there forever.
Now it's gonna be Duel with only 1 up. Kane, K-Mind, both up as solos over here. K-Mind, he's a little bit farther from zone, but a little bit safer inside that shack than Kane is. But I don't know if No Way is aware of Kane. Surely they see him.
It looks like they're looking over him. Like, I don't think they know about him.
There's no way they don't see him.
They're shooting over him. The K-Mind. They don't know, dude. This is wild.
Guardian, how you doing today?
Get something out of this. I'm gonna be so happy for him. They just ran right around him.
He goes for the shots. He doesn't end up getting the knock. He looks the other way, but the other player had left. It was only DNL left. All he had to do was focus on him. Instead, DNL is going to pick up 2 kills there.
That could have been so much fun. Liquid trying to center up here. They'll find a couple of rocks to lay behind. 55 did finally consolidate. They just took a knock and are getting that res off.
And Bestia over here on the edge. Vinny and Zito, Frogman and Benya is the 4 that we got representing Bestia right now.
A very different looking Bestia roster.
It is indeed. No Way. They have Lopez, Helps, DNL, and Gladiator. Do you recognize any of these players, or?
I do know Lopes. I mean, he's been around for a little while, a couple of different rosters.
Yeah. I've seen them plenty with Smear Zero League and now Super League and everything. DNL Gladiator, they've been around. DNL Lopes, I've definitely seen a lot more often, but I feel like Gladiator is kind of taken steps towards becoming a better player. That was a good nade, but not cooked for long enough. Swatted out by Bestia. So it's not going to come with much. But Helps is definitely a newer name that I haven't really seen before.
Yeah, 55's on the move now, trying to get positioned up underneath Liquid here. And they'll send Gabri up, give them at least a foothold.
Well, that's happening. Bestia continuing to make their push up, and this is 55's opportunity, I feel like. Only one player shooting at them. Now's their opportunity to try and get across the street as Benya gets the knock onto Lopes. Helps. Gonna be the last one up for No Way. What can he do up against these three-man of Bestia? He could have gone through that blue zone if he wanted to try and kind of push them a little bit more. Catch him off guard.
Tu viu 3 na tua tela, pode
Yeah,
ter no máximo mais
Bestia's
um no
gonna
perfil.
play this one smart. They don't want to take a knock here for no reason, so they're just going to kind of rotate back around into a defendable position here, and they'll just keep an eye on him. They know he's there.
The cat randomly joined me. She scared me so much when she popped up.
Helps. He'll find a helmet, so that helps.
Certainly does, but now it looks like Enzito coming back over here, but Help steps around and takes down Enzito's helmet, so now he doesn't have one. And Bestia gotta be very aware of this position.
He's still getting held by the anchor, Vinny.
Oh, and that anchor, if that nade was a little bit closer, would have been enough to have taken down Helps. And with Vinny there, it's going to be very difficult for him to do any more. He goes for the peaks, but Benya takes him down, and we're down to our top
that's
four teams.
Nice little push. Don't worry about the res. Just make the push, get him out of there, then get your res, and then go kill the rest of the lobby. Bestia is set up to win this game if they just, you know, play this right.
Yeah. And really, as soon as 55 has to push into Team Liquid, I feel like that's going to be the turning point of this. Once knocks start happening, we might see Bestia just kind of set themselves down the hillside to mop up whatever's left.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the high ground. They've got a nice spread. They're going to be able to control this fight. But I wouldn't count 55 out. I mean, they're playing a solid game.
7 kills so far, pretty evenly spread around all of the players. It's just going to be, can they take down Team Liquid cleanly?
Cowboys sprays have looked pretty good. Let's see what he can do here. Oh, they know him.
They may look good, but when you have Util and Gabru covering where Purdy was, it's going to be pretty easy to take down Team Liquid. And out to 4v3, Bestia on the high ground. 55 over there, and they are hitting their shots right now.
Yeah, 55 is aware of, they've been able to keep up with Bestia's positioning here, and they're aware of the angles, so they've got a fighting chance here.
And I feel like it's almost slow it down a little bit. That way Bestia has to kind of group up a little bit more. You can't get peeked from quite as many angles. And it comes down to more just pure aim rather than who has the better off angles.
Yeah, and I think Util's going to come into this pretty big too, just in terms of being able to maybe use some offensive smokes to smoke off some angles and, you know, make a wrap on an isolated player or something. But 55 definitely has to, they're going to be the ones that have to initiate this. Because Bestia is more centralized, they have the high ground. It's going to be on 55 to get an opening knock and use some smart util here.
Right now, it seems like they're choosing Gabru to be the one to try and go for the opening knock. He's a little bit further back, has a hillside to go over before he can really do anything. He has some 3-gear as well, so even if he gets shot once or twice, he should be okay. But he is going to smoke up and get a little bit closer to his teammates. Frogman just waiting for that cross. Ooh, it looks like Benya with the offensive smoke to get it a little bit closer towards Tavon. Nade's going to be prepped by Vinny and Frogman. They go out, but way too far if they're going for Tavon's positioning. A little bit closer to Gabru. Doesn't really find too much. And Phase 9 underway. We are closing in, and it's the opening knock from Tavon onto Frogman. Benya gets the trade. So they still have the one-man advantage. The nade coming up and over. Goes past the tree. Good damage onto Benya. And 55, they're committing to the res. The stun goes over. Glock getting ready with another nade. He throws it up and over the top. Finds more damage. Gabru, he finds 2. Vinny gets the trade with the nade, and it's down into a 2v1 all of a sudden for 55.
They're doing it, dude. They are hitting the shots.
Dois ainda, não?
Ele pode jogar pra reserva.
And 55 again, just full committing to the res immediately to put this back
No carro, no carro.
into a 3v1. They know exactly where he is. The shots go out and down goes Bestia. 55 PD, 13 kills in the chicken dinner for match number 5.
Great job. Great job. 13 kills, chicken dinner, held that split for a long time, controlled a lot of the zone, forced teams to fight around them, and made it to the late game and then capitalized, man. That was great PUBG by them.
Yeah, and I mean, we said maybe they were holding the split for a little bit long, but you also said in the middle of it that they were clearly feeling confident, and their confidence shone through right there at the end. But now we're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for the final match of today. And here we go, underway for the final match of today. Who's gonna top the leaderboard, getting ready for day number 2, and who's gonna have a little bit more work to do. Relegation and stuff doesn't matter as much for this week. This is gonna be the final week of Series 8 before we get ready for Series 9. So it's all about how far up the leaderboard you can go. It looks like we're going to start this final match off with a 7-Tellas versus Dream 1 Hut Drop. Dartek picks up a Tommy gun, going around the side, tries to go for the headshot onto VPS. Maya maybe going to get a little bit more info on where Hansi went, coming in a little bit later. VPS going for a little bit of a pre-fire. Dream 1 starting off as a 3-man.
Interesting. I don't know if they know about Pablo. I think they do. It's kind of a TPP standoff here.
Yeah, but Maya starts it off with a knock onto Hansi. That's going to put Dream 1 down into a 2-man because they only had 3 in the beginning anyways.
Here comes more help.
Dartek from the sides take down 1. The shots go out and Dartek takes down the 2nd. Down goes Dream 1.
Have a good night, boys.
Yeah, ending the day on 6 points is not really the way you want to go, but look, we got another Hut Drop, no way, versus 4-0.
What do we got here? We got 2 down, no way.
4-0, it looks like 1 was already eliminated at the very least, but I don't see a 4th player for them. I don't know if he also got eliminated already. Doesn't look like there's much meds on the side of 4-0, and they're not pushing the 2 knocks that they had. So they might just get res, and it looks like, yes, both players on 4-0 did already get flushed out, so there may have been 2 knocks on each side, but now 4-0 is going to be with their backs up against the wall.
Well, we've got that player up high there still in the boxing arena with the bullet hose M249 overwatching those residents, so they should be able to get back up to 4 here. And then it's going to be a 4v2. Interesting to see what 4-0 does here. They just pack it in and play for points. Oh, nope. They are not. They want all the smoke.
I feel like if they were going to try and do this push, they should have done it earlier when they still had those 2 players knocked.
They definitely should have, and now they don't know about the guy behind the apartments. It's about to have vision on them too. It's about to not go really well.
They still end up finding another one though, but a 2nd bullet hose. STX goes down to helps, and Moo is going to be the only player left on 4-0.
Yeah, not much you can do here. Yeah, I was interested early on whenever the drops first started happening. Liquid jumped out of the plane immediately and looted all of that, like west of Pozo, south of Alcantara, because they couldn't reach their normal drop spot in northern Leo. And then Circle popped Azahar, so they have a long way to go.
They have a long way to go, and I think they'll do just fine. I mean, what? We're going into our final match. We don't have to worry about the red at the bottom of the leaderboard, because relegation doesn't matter in this. It's all about how high you can be up on the leaderboard. Dream 1, they got eliminated 6 points. They're done for today. So they have a lot of work to do. Friendly Fire, they go out. Only 9 points for them. So it looks like out of all of the setups they've had so far, Friendly Fire just not really ending up in great position so far with the team they got going right now.
Yeah, I didn't, get a lot of like Friendly Fire on camera these last few games, and so it leads me to believe they were just kind of either driving in and instantly getting killed. There are just a few like picks here and there, just kind of getting chipped away at, but no, they're not going to be happy with this day.
No. I feel like I've seen them really commit to things today as, oh, Moo gets shot in the side, 4-0 go down, and that was 10 points for them. So a lot of the bottom of our leaderboard right now already eliminated.
Liquid now, and San Martin stop making a pit stop.
Interesting spot
Go
to
back
stop.
to this fight.
Okay, looks like these two teams are going to separate. Right now, the top of our leaderboard is Toyo55 and Furia. And if you guys were here on week 1, these are the exact same teams that were at the top in week number 1.
Oh,
It was these 3.
Luke kills Tiny, and then Cowboy really quickly trades Fauna up on top. Haven's down here now, isolated all alone.
And we'll see what he's
This is
going to do.
Going for bad to worse for the Crusaders here.
Yeah. They're doing their best, but I mean, so many players are dying so early in this one. Normally we start these with 16 teams, 64 alive, so if you weren't expecting it, you'd be like, oh, only 4 players have died so far, that's not too bad. No, we started with 19 teams. We had 70 plus...
75?
Yeah, 75, 76 players alive. And we're down to 60. We have lost so many players so early on in this one already.
Liquid is hunting for Haven. Like, they want this last one. They're looking for him.
And to me, it makes sense. If you look at them on the leaderboard, the Athletes of Christ were 1 point above them on the leaderboard. So if they take them out right now, they're gonna kind of jump up. And as much as we don't worry about the red at the bottom of our leaderboard, the 3 spots at the top do get cash payouts at the end of the series. So those 3 spots are important. You do get prizes for that.
And right now, all of that money is going to South America. Oh, Haven gets 2. Haven gets 3. No, he didn't. What has happened?
No, no.
What is happening? Oh my god, Yai. I'm sorry, dude. Do they know?
I don't know if they know about him. Because, I mean, they definitely know that the players are in this area, but Yai might have been here before they got over here. So they may be clueless right now.
Well, you've got the player here that's just looking right at them.
Oh, there you go. There's Haven getting 3 in the kill feed.
Oh my god. Yeah, I totally messed up and was looking at another feed.
Yeah, I think the
But
map
what a
feeds
play
are
by
rotating in
Haven.
front.
What is Haven? Like, oh my god. I mean, I know he's nuts, but
And
that's 3 big time players, man.
right, now it's into a 1v1, Luke 12 versus Haven, and whoever wins this 1v1 gets to res the rest of their team.
Yeah, I mean, for free.
Yeah. I just am curious as how Haven ended up getting those kills over here all by his lonesome. Did Haven see Luke 12 moving along here? Definitely hears him now. The push going to be coming through. Pre-fire going. He does hit the first shot, but now he's out of bullets, and it's Luke 12 to take him down. He clutches up for the team.
Oh, Luke's gonna dump those chips in that thing and get them going, dude.
Boy,
Really
oh
cool.
boy. And
Like,
now
that
he'll...
was
I don't think he
a
can get
wild
the
series
res.
of events, man.
I don't think he can get the res. Look at where Aura is.
Yeah, they're on the doorstep, man. Are they full 4? Yeah, they are a full 4, so they don't need their res.
That's a 20-second res, because he has all 3 chips.
But he's gonna be able to hear audio of them soon, so maybe he lets them drive by.
I think he's just
Oh, they
committing
know.
to it.
I think they know. Oh, Tiger is out for Pete for 55.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
And
Liquid
there
down
it is.
in the kill feed. And I don't think they got as many points as FE did, so...
And teammate Carrot coming back for Tavon. That was going to be a rough trip there.
Yes, it was, but now they're both together, and they'll be able to rotate together as more players
does
dying
find
in the
Yai.
kill feed.
Duel finally found Yai in that shack.
It took him a little while, but I didn't see anyone go down to Yai, which is a good thing. But also kind of surprising, because I feel like I've seen Yai's name in Division 1 quite a bit, and he's done pretty good sometimes, really hitting his shots.
Yeah, it's not a name I'm real familiar with. Doesn't mean anything, but...
I think if you go back to the beginning of last year, he was on one of the iterations of 55.
Okay. And that's kind of the problem, like 55's had a lot of iterations.
Right. Last year, definitely, I think, was some of their toughest iterations. They didn't really have the success that they really wanted.
Because this new 55 roster is basically the old potentially dangerous roster, right?
So it's 2 of the players from 55 and then 2 of the players from potentially dangerous.
Yeah, and potentially dangerous is always a lot of fun to watch. And I love their name because, like, one game they would have, like, 14 kills, and the next game they would have 0. So, like, they really were potentially dangerous. You just never knew when.
Yeah. Trick, we have Controller with us. Controller is with us, and Fancy Nancy, appreciate the follow. Thank you very much. I'll have to hit those push-ups at the end because I don't have anything ready for my camera with this setup. Yeah, he's been taking a little bit of a backseat for PUBG for the past couple of months, so that's probably why you haven't really seen him.
I'm back, though, boys. I'm back. I'm ready to, like, just tune in and have a little bit of fun watching some PUBG.
Give us a little bit of insight on things that I don't give quite as much insight about.
You're doing a fantastic job out here, Shadow. Don't sell yourself short, buddy.
Oh, I think I am a fantastic play-by-play caster most of the time. Some of the more technical things with rotations and everything, completely clueless. Goes over my head most of the time.
Let's see here. Be interesting to see if the zipline comes into play here.
Oh, Jabba, he pulled up to scout and it's just Benya right on the side to punish him when he hops back in the vehicle.
And Vinya be like that sometimes, man.
I mean, he just lined him up, saw the broadside angle, and fired right into the heart, or, well, the head in this situation.
Yeah, Benya is one of those guys that, like, I've just seen him make some of the most insane plays before. The guy's just really good.
Now he's sitting here, not on Toyo, but playing with Bestia.
Yeah, that Bestia roster is really interesting. I mean, I know what to expect out of them just yet, but there's definitely some talent on their roster. It's just see how they play together.
Yeah. So far, Benya and Vinny, I feel like, have been playing kind of consistently together on that roster, and the other two have been kind of swapping around. Frogman, it was on there last week, and he's on there again this week. He was on Foradores 2 weeks ago, so he's kind of hopped around a little bit. But every single week, my favorite teams to look at are Friendly Fire and Bestia, because I never really know who's going to be on those teams.
Kind of an interesting place to play here for No Way. It just isn't a compound you really see people play much, but hey, I guess it's open and safe for the time being.
Right. And I feel like they're at 20 points. A lot of teams are kind of dying off pretty quickly. They can play this one of two ways. They can either try and go for some kill points, or they can play it slow and try and go for more of a win here. But either way, I think they should really choose one of those and stick with it, because they're at 13th place. It's the last match today. kind of see what you can go for and see what you need to do tomorrow to maybe go up the leaderboard a little bit more. Ooh, Bestia,
Yeah,
they are
I'm
just crashing onto Affinity.
Okay, and like I said earlier, like we're about to get this phase shift in 30 seconds. It'd be interesting to see what Zone does, but I've been monitoring that area around the zip line where Toyo, Rock, Duel, Furia all are. Like, I want to see some zip line plays, man. I don't know about you, but let's see some zip plays.
I think zipline plays are fine. I think that zipline is a little bit too long to actually make a play off of, as Ducky and Mizbo end up getting 2 onto Bestia. Bestia, they were the ones that wanted to take this fight, and they're the ones paying for it right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, they didn't really have a choice but to take the fight. They kind of backed to blue. There's not really anything much to play inside of Azahar.
Good nade there from Benya to get a knock in return. Bestia, they did get back up to a 3-man. Mizbo in a spot where the res really isn't going to be able to come out from Ducky or Zalati, so we'll have to see if any more knocks will come out from Affinity, and they might be able to commit onto this, but right now it's not looking great. Groza on each side right now, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Affinity, you just hang here. You let blue push them to you and, you know, try to pick up what you can. You're not getting the res, so you just use blue as your friend. Kind of like in football, they say, like, if you're a defender, use the the boundary as an extra defender. Oh, but here we go. Bestia is gonna make the play, but it was probably called out by their not teammate, so they should be aware.
That nade comes up a little bit short. And neither side really has the benefit right here. Both teams have a Groza in hand. A little bit farther back, though, Ducky gets the shots. He gets the knock onto Benya. But Enzito and Benya were able to take them both down. Affinity eliminated.
Bestia had enough. They said, you know what, we're getting out of here, man. It's a nice push by them. I really wish they would have flushed out the knock a little sooner so that they didn't have time to call out their move up the hill, but either way, it worked.
As for Monkey's Men, a interesting crash here. I don't know if I've really seen a fight in this area before, as Emmy gets the opening knock onto Godzin, so it looks like 4 Monkeys Men going to be down to only a single player. But I don't know if Toyo can really push onto this because of the amount of players around them.
Yeah, I don't know what or why they crashed like that. There's a reason why you don't see fights here that often, because they usually happen by accident. I don't know. It's not a great place to crash into.
In 55 PD, it's all down to Tavon, and it is 7 Tellas that have been able to get the kills so far onto him. Tavon avoids that nade because it wasn't prepped at all. Now he has a Panzer.
Please do it. Oh. Please do it.
He's going to smoke forward first so he can push a little bit easier with that Panzer. He has another nade. This might actually be able to help him later on in a fight, but only 4 damage found onto Pablo.
But he's closed the gap.
Well, the rest of 7 Tellas are pulling up, though. Panzer goes out, doesn't find anything, and down goes 55 PD.
I don't even think he got splash damage off that. I didn't see it tick.
No. He didn't even get a single damage off of it. A little surprising. That was very, very close to him.
Oh, Furia's finally started doing Furia things. They've had really good positioning for a long time, but haven't found much in the way of kills for it until recently. But they did lose Posa in the mix here, so they'll lay down 1 with no real opportunity to bring him back this late in the game.
I mean, BL, he's just trying to get as much info for the team as possible. Over here, we have Duel versus No Way up against the blue zone. Duel slightly further ahead, but No Way, they're hopping in vehicles and they might be able to just pull up in front of Duel. Where are they going to try and send it? It looks like down the hillside for right now.
Yeah, This was a little bit my concern with the way that No Way played early on in that compound on the far eastern side. Like, you're never going to get a zone over there. I mean, now they find themselves just literally fish in a barrel for Furia to shoot at.
And Furia is not a team that's going to miss too much. But as much as they became fish in a barrel, I said they should go for kills or try and go for a win. They have gotten 7 kills in this. Would have been nice to see a little bit more.
Nice.
But
That's nice, but anytime you're trapped like this, like, you're only alive as long as your smokes are.
seems like they're gonna hop in the vehicle.
Furious getting this. Yeah, Furious getting the surround on them. This is gonna be GG's, boys.
Draft King with a clean headshot takes down Gladiator, and now they're just going straight into other teams, and down they go. Rock and Furia combined to finish him off, and No Way eliminated in 8th place.
Yeah, I think No Way really had an opportunity earlier on to wrap around north and come up and fight on that Azahar Hill near where Bestia came in earlier, and then challenge Furia from the north, but they played super passively, like, for a little bit in that compound, and they just had nowhere left to go.
Yeah.
Just sending it down that road into Azahar just never is a fun thing.
It really isn't, and with so much of that northern hill still in, that Bestia was able to just look straight down onto you. It was tough. They got the kill steal, but honestly, after they got the kill steal, they should have just kept moving and tried to go somewhere else, because those smokes were never going to keep them alive for long enough. Kane going to go down to the blue zone. Hopefully just far enough away from Furia's angle so he can get res before they send it down the hillside. They just got to kind of drive their vehicles off the side here, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing they can do, really.
Send it down so you don't have to worry about a parachute or anything, and hopefully you don't land in a bad spot.
And there's really not much hard cover at all to play from.
Shots coming out from both Aura and Furia on both sides, and I feel like Duel is just the ones that are stuck with the worst of it right now. Even though really some of these teams should be looking at each other, maybe scouting out a couple more spots.
Yeah, the problem with this zone is it's just like this crossroads is just feast or famine. Either you have hard ground, you either have hard cover, you have high ground, or you're dead. Like, that's pretty much the 2 options you have. There are 3 options.
Here they come. Aura, they did set up over here as that vehicle goes tumbling. Penta does go down. Doffy and Kane both stop. Wooly was still up on the high ground. He finds one. Kane finds the other. Longaray does get the knock onto Wooly, who stayed up there and was able to help keep Duel alive. But I think Kane trying to figure out what he wants to do, whether stay alive or go to down to the blue zone, and he goes down to Andrew. Aura pick up at least another kill off of it. So they take down Kane, and Andrew's the only one left.
Okey doked me, man. I thought he was gonna give it up to blue, and then he was like, "Oh, never mind. I'll come back and just die instantly."
I mean, with it being Aura that was right there, I don't think that's a bad play to go for. Aura's sitting in 15th place. They only have 14 points. Meanwhile, Duel's all the way up at 35 points. I say take it. You win that 1v1, you get 2 extra points because of 1 placement point and a kill. It's worth it, and I mean...
Furia here is our number 3 team, and they are literally caught between a rock and a hard spot. This is not going great. They're between Toyo and Rock with high ground on one side. I'm afraid Draft he's
got
down valiantly. Yeah.
Well,
which was huge for Rock. Now Rock can actually make a play off of this, because they were just dead if they don't get Fury out of there.
I still think they're dead. There's 3 already down. Sparking gonna be the last one left. I think it would have changed a little bit if Draft King had just fully focused. Oh, that's gonna be dead to the Molotov.
That's a good molly. That is a good molly.
Toyo take him down.
Rock. I mean, they did what they needed to do getting rid of Fury, but Toyo just hitting all their shots. They had a nice setup for that.
if Rock could have forced Furia just a little bit further into Toyo and maybe gotten a knock or something, I think Rock could have done more there, but DraftKings just focusing on them instead made it so much more difficult.
The thing is Rock did force 2 players into Toyo, and Toyo just instantly mowed them down.
Yeah. Well, really, they wanted to try and force him and also hopefully get a knock onto Toyo as well because of it. Man, that part just didn't end up happening. Andrew's still alive. Is he actually going to be able to use this nade to good effect? He gets
Oh my god, dude.
He
What a
almost
play.
takes down Zlatansk. He throws that stun a little bit far, going for the jump. That stun
that's a
is
great
perfect. He
stun.
finds the third. And the last player nowhere nearby. He picks up all the flushes, and Andrew
That's
is
great.
at 5.
That's a great individual play, man. Like, his team better be hyped in chat right now because that was a great play.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying that letting Aura get a couple of points wasn't going to really matter too much, but all of a sudden, Andrew is starting to
now-
rack some more up for his team.
Now the last player from AK is just like, what happened, guys?
Yeah, it's only one man, guys. What happened? What are you guys doing?
What's going on over there? Alright. Let's see if Andrew can do any more damage, man.
Yeah, I mean, 4 teams left. Phase 7, aka and Aura both at 1. 7 Tellas and Toyo both at 4. I mean, Toyo has really the least and most to gain from this. If they can mop this up, they're gonna very easily distance themselves at the top of the leaderboard. But if they lose, they're still gonna be at the top of the leaderboard after day 1.
I'm just praying for Andrew to stay alive because my man's has 4 blue zones.
Oh man, if that lasts until the end, he is gonna be so good to go.
My man has 4 blue zone nades, but he's also sitting right next to Toyo, which I don't think is gonna go well.
Yeah, 7 Tellas I think are the closest to center right here.
Yeah, and they've got a great spread.
Yeah, it kind
Lots
of
of
just
angles.
donated, and that means Andrew is not gonna be in the zone. And he's gonna have to push someone.
Honestly, I'm terrible with the drag off, but Cappy with this drag could, do some real work here at this range.
Yeah, I mean, just one tap someone in the head.
Yeah, Toyo's gonna need Capitan to find an angle on one of these 7 Telos players here. Andrew's gonna have to make a move. I don't know if he can really play this wall in front of him. Ooh, we're gonna do some grades here on the car real quick.
Do either one of the solos end up playing a factor in this? There goes Falcon. He
Falcon.
does not do anything.
Andrew's looking for a place to play. I don't know if Andrew knows about this rock, but if he nades or throws blue zones on him, he could push him off of here long enough to try to make a move.
I mean, if he just starts lobbing these over, he can, like, take up this entire area, and Toyo just won't have anything to play right here.
The interesting thing that happened was by Falcon going down, Andrew now is able to go north and play along that wall without fear of Falcon being able to see him, so he has found a little sliver of zone.
Raid coming through there for Pablo after Sold's got the knock onto Longaray.
So this is not terrible for Andrew. If they can get these 2 teams fighting in close quarters, all of a sudden he can start lobbing some blue zones and just make it chaos.
Yeah. Nades do start going forward from both sides. They're aware of Andrew. It just doesn't seem like they want to commit any util towards him, but this might be it for him. He's going to lob the blue zone over, but he only gets a couple of them out as Fazen takes him down. Ooh, spray coming out there.
He's still gonna affect Toyo's playability here a bit. He's gonna force them into a couple of little areas. And it's gonna give 7 Telos a chance to. They got their res on Longaray, and now they can kind of box Toyo in here. This is 7 Telos game to win or lose here.
Right.
they've
But
got this
I
set
think
up.
Toyo is going beautifully, and Maya getting up to this rock I think is going to be huge. Longare gets annoyed onto Solds, and now Maya trying to go forward, trying to find Emmy, goes for the shots, takes down Emmy, so that's already 2 down. Maya almost gets traded out, but still survives now, finds a second. Capitan does get the trade, but it's a 3v1. Longare coming up on the side, as going for the shots through the smoke, does find another, but from the side. 7 Tellas win it. 12 kills for them as well.
Really nicely done by them. They played from inside the city for quite some time. Were able to keep 4 up. Were able to get that res on Longare there at the end. It was a really nice job by them. Really patient, smart play.
And I mean, this is kind of what I saw from week 1. They were able to have some good matches like this. I don't think any were quite as dominant as that from them with their positioning and shots. But they were able to string together some 7 and 10 point games and stuff. And then they just kind of fell off towards the very end. So we didn't end up seeing them any more until now.
Yeah, I mean it was a great job by them, and looking at the dated scoreboard, I don't know if we've got that pulling up on the stream or not, but
Should
I
pop up
believe
here in just a second.
they probably made a pretty nice jump considering where they were.
Yeah. Looks like up to 9th place for them. 31
Yeah,
points.
so that's actually 9 spots that they jumped in one game.
Yeah. So, I mean, looking at our leaderboard, like I said, Toyo didn't really have a ton to lose there. They're at 72 points. They have a little gap in between them and the rest of the teams. They just have to keep it up. Furia right now sitting in 2nd place, 57 points, and Rock is rounding out the top 3 with 51 points. Anything really stick out on this leaderboard to you?
I mean, I'm a little bit surprised with Friendly Fire just scratching into double digits with only 1 placement point. That's a little surprising. I mean, just given the experience that's on that roster. But they're switching things up, playing with new people.
To be fair,
probably limit testing a bit.
I don't know how seriously they were taking it. There was a chopsticks ending. Monty got stuck in one of the chopsticks, and Furia was like already set up in it. And the other 3 just came flying in without stopping. Just sending it into the chopstick, not really caring. So they might have been playing a little bit loose, and just kind of for fun.
Mean, no doubt, but even that level of quality of team, of player, usually they can just walk into a few more placement points than they were able to pick up today. So that was really the only thing I saw. But I mean, really, Toyo played amazing. Furia, Rock, all of your kind of South American big boys were showing up and really playing. So it looks like they're really trying to dial it in and get ready for the esports season.
Yeah. But that is where we are going to end it today. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Let me find us a player to raid real quick. What do you think? Do you think we should go raid Jinx?
Oh, raid Jinx, dude. Jinx is great.
Yeah. I think we go raid Jinx. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Oh, Jinx is just running clips. Okay, never mind. Let's find someone else. Who else can we raid then? Let's see. Simply
Shane's
Matt.
on.
I
Simply
raided
Matt's on. He just started.
Shane last time, so we'll go raid Matt and give him some viewers right at the start. Now we're gonna start the raid. Thank you, Isaiah, for popping off on that. I would do Shane, but I just did him 2 days ago. So we'll go say hi to Matt. I appreciate everyone for stopping by, though. You guys are always wonderful. Have a good night. See you next time. Bye-bye.